And we're back with the founder, the icon, the fashionista. When you think of a sexy man, you think of my chosen father, Al Allure.
It's
What's
Allure
going on,
season.
Hey, how are you,
father?
daughter? How's everything?
Good. Everything is good. The people been trying to put you in the hot seat, honey.
Yes,
So,
they
well, we won't
always
go
do.
right into that. We want to get to know you.
Okay.
Everyone hears, everything that's going on, but I would like to revere you at this time and actually give you your flowers. I always said that Al was the one who gave me my name, Temperance, and this is the man who I transitioned up under and became the lovely girl that I am today. So, you founded the House of Allure when you were 18.
Yes, I graduated out of high school, 1987.
Ooh.
Next following year, I was overall father out of law of the House of Allure.
So what made you just be like, I'm gonna start a house, especially at 18 years old?
You know what? You know, when you're in high school, and when I graduated from high school, I went to Howard University. So I met a lot of different people, right? And coming across meeting all these types of people, I was working in a hair salon. Okay. So when I was working in a hair salon, I was introduced to trans women and people that were gay, right? So I was always not a flamboyant type of person. I was always very low key, chill, vibe, energy. So I was like kind of curious about the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So my first house that I was in, that I peaked in, was Aviance.
Okay.
I was the prince of that house, and I left that house, and I took a few members with me. Not like take them, but they wanted to come with me because I was this creative type of energy. From that, Dayon, myself, and Prima Allure, we came up with the House of Allure. They wanted to name it something else, but Allure has always been my production company, so I
Wow.
just named it Allure, to fascinate and to entice.
Mm. To fascinate and to entice. Okay.
Yes.
Before people were, I mean, you hear a lot of people talk, you hear like the slogan now, protect the dolls and,
Yes.
and things like that. And I know that you are a person who definitely are fond of the dolls.
Almost
Like you have
definitely.
a lot of daughters who are doing big things, look great. They're in overall mother positions and
Yes.
they're part of your legacy. What made you so attracted to the girls, making sure that the girls were protected and making sure the girls were
Um,
revered?
being a heterosexual bisexual male, into women. So I always found that women to be the most beautiful thing. And then when I came into ballroom, I used to have pictures of Tracy, Africa, behind my door as I was growing up as a young child. And when I went to the mock ballroom and I seen her, I was blown away that she was a trans woman. I didn't know that such women existed, so that was really heavy for me, to have a model in back of my door, which I thought was a regular woman, and to come to ballroom and to find out that she was a trans woman. That was amazing. So the love for trans women like kind of started like from there, like, wow, this is what they are, this is what they could be. So I was always been fascinated with that.
What was your vision and your plan for the House of Allure once you started?
Well, my vision and plan for the House of Allure is, if you've gone to any of the balls back in the day, like in the late 80s, everybody would come in there with sweatsuits on, jeans, sneakers. And one particular time I came to the Mark Ballroom and I was looking for the House of Allure, and I could not find them. Like amongst everybody was wearing jeans and sneakers, and I was like, this is it. This is the last day. There will be no more jeans, no more sneakers. Done. Everybody. Gowns, dresses, slacks, shoes, perfection, excellence. Because it just took me too long to find my house amongst with everybody else. They blended in. So I needed something that was stand off to the side and noticeable instantly. That's the House of Allure.
Do you think that Ballroom has given you a lot of flack because of that? Because you wanted to, you pursued excellence and perfection, and you always wanted the house to stand out from everybody else. And some people took that as you thinking you're better than,
Right.
or like, you wearing your nose up in the air and stuff. Do you think that because of that?
Not at all. I think at the time when ballroom was really fun and you wanted to be a part of it was in the 80s. So every house stood for something. Everybody's house had a brand. You knew what the House of Revlon stood for. You knew what the House of Miyake Mugler stood for. It was face. It was beauty. And Tony Revlon had all the Butch Queen up in drags, and they would dress and they hit the floor. So you had that excellence, that Revlon power, and you had that Miyake Mugler beauty. So then House of Allure came, because Mugler and Allure, we're on the same level, like coming out at the same time. We were actually sister houses back in the day as well.
Okay.
So coming out with the House of Allure, us looking excellent, wearing tuxedos, slacks, shoes, gowns, and putting your position in your whole energy and yourself as far as excellent is concerned. That was just something that ballroom was not doing. No.
Where does that come? Where do you get that from? Like, tell us a little bit about your childhood and
Born
your
and
growing up.
raised. Like, this is how I was brought up. My nana would take me to Barney's and Bloomingdale's on the weekends, or sometimes she'll keep me out of school. I went to private school. Prince of Peace. I had to wear a uniform, tie, shirt, blazer, jacket every day, and I would go to school like this. Get disciplined with the ruler, have rulers, get the discipline on your hand. So that's the type of schooling that I was raised in. So she would take off every now and then, like on Mondays were her days off. And she would come and say, come on, let's go to the store today. We'll go to Barney's. She'll buy me like 10 pairs of shoes, go to Macy's, Bloomingdale's, have all these bags, shopping. So I've always, this is me. This is what I give. This is how I am. So if you're going to open up a house, you have a house of an image of you.
Right.
What you stand for. And that's what I stood for. That's why it's still today. That's why the image is still going on today, because it's not something that I said, oh, let's do this and let's make believe and do this look.
Let's make believe.
So question, when you said the house that represents you, you started it at 18?
Yes. Opened up the House of Allure at 18.
Right. So you've been the overall father
Yes.
for how many years?
Well, till now.
Okay.
So the second part, ask the question, girl. I know it's the question behind
No,
that.
I know. I just because I'm sitting here and it was like 32 years now.
Yes.
Right.
Since you've been the overall father, have you ever saw anyone that you felt would be able to shift your house in a vision that was also tailored to you, but also moved it forward?
Well, I mean, I would say yes and I would say no. It's not about just finding that someone. It's about someone who's embedded in that. Because, see, then you'll lose what the house it really is. You'll lose that. So if I say bye, who else is there that had the same upbringing who can actually say, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to push it through. Because everyone is lax. Everybody don't want to wear suit, tie, slacks, blazer. No one wants to really look good. They just want to come and be comfortable, and which is fine. Comfortability is great, right? But if you have a look that stands you apart from all the rest, people notice that. People say, oh my God, she looks amazing. He looks great. And that's what I'm attracted to.
So
That's what I
what
want
outside?
moving forward.
So what would you say to the people who say, well, within 30-something years, there was no one that you poured into to take the place after you? Like, what is it? What exactly are you looking for then outside of a look? You talked about, coming and looking done and et
Right.
cetera. What else do you want
What are
the
the
man
other
who has to
essentials?
fill your shoes to take over the overall father position? What is it that you're looking for? And why is it that you haven't prepared anyone for that position?
Well, it's not like I haven't prepared. At the time when I was walking and holding a house down, no one was thinking about changing hands because I was on top, I was walking. So who was to think about that? So maybe the time when I decided to move to California and go into my career,
Mm.
You understand? For the first time. Not taking care of anyone, not having anyone live with you, not being the father, because I've done this all my life, basically. From 18 years old, being that mentor for other people
Mm.
and mentoring other people. So when I took that time to move to California, um, I was just working, living life, traveling around the world, doing what I do best with my career. And it was always peeked back in, hey, what's going on? Glenn was holding everything down. So didn't really think about that at that time.
Mm.
I closed the house. And then when I closed it and opened it back up, and then I said, okay, well, we're going to prep and prepare for a new father, which is so hard to do. It's a lot of work that goes in that. So I am planning and preparing for that. Yeah, definitely.
No, because
I am
as,
planning and
as
preparing,
you
trust
was
me.
as you were saying that, it was the passion in which you said I started to pour into the things that I enjoy doing. And at times I think like when we say like, oh, this person has been there for so long, and then just previously we had Angel, we were talking about a life outside of ballroom.
Right.
Do you think because your life outside of ballroom and you haven't been so, as we would say, present and walking and competing, that's why people are like, oh, well, we need to see more from Al, or we need to see a father step in that's going to be present like that? Because you've done all that, you
Well,
said.
I'm going to say this for the record of Allure. It's never been a ballroom confined in ballroom. You understand? Because I had a career. So my thing, everyone who's in the House of Allure had to have careers as well. You had to finish high school, and if you were in college, you had to finish college before you start walking balls. You can come to the balls. You can let people know. Gary. You know these things. So you had to finish schooling first before you can actually participate. You can be in the law, but you can't participate. And the reason why is because we all know about ballroom. Ballroom is a very dark place. It's light and dark mixed together. You understand? And I've seen a lot of successful people who were successful before coming into ballroom. And then a year or two later, they're on drugs, they're in jail, they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff that they would never ever think about doing until they came into the scene. So for me, if you're going somewhere and you're doing something positive, I want you to complete that. I want you to know that this is what you have to fall back on, and ballroom will always be here. So, yeah.
When you closed the House of Allure, was that around the time that there was people who left and started the House of Saint Laurent?
No.
Or was that a different time?
They didn't, okay, to clear everything up, the
what
people
happened
from
with
the
that?
House of St. Laurent didn't leave. I closed the house.
Oh,
So they
okay.
had to go.
Okay.
No, because everybody says, no, everyone wants to say the house left. And
Yeah, we
no,
don't know. You never know. Like,
no, no one left. No one left. What year was
what year was that? Where was that?
What year was this that I closed the house down? So it's been 7 years now since I've opened. So maybe,
Probably like,
let's just say like 8 years ago.
okay.
8 to 9 years ago.
Okay.
So at that time, the house was on top. What I wanted was us to regroup. I think everyone needs to regroup, a relax, pause button, come back.
Strong.
Yeah, taking some time for yourself, get into yourself, do some things that you need to do for yourself, and then come back bigger and better and stronger. That's what I wanted. Without closing the house, I just wanted everyone to reboot and do a love break for about 6 months to a year and come back banging it. They didn't want to take a break. They said, no break. And I was like, oh, okay. Mind you, you would be like, oh my God, so you just closed the house down? It wasn't just that simple. Glenn, who was running the house, he wasn't around anymore. So then I had to deal with certain people in the house. So me and these people, we didn't really see eye to eye together on everything. So before Glenn left, he was like, well, Father, please don't close the house. And I said, I will try not to. Unfortunately, I had to close it because people didn't want to do what needed to be done. So
Okay.
I closed it.
Type shit. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. You're watching Fem Queen Crazy, Sexy, Cool. All right. So there's been a lot of sensationalizing the House of Allure with Ricky Allure's live. Well, Ricky X Allure, the agents live.
Right.
You said you closed the house about 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
When did Ricky join the house?
They reopened it. He reopened it though.
Ricky.
No, but Ricky was a part of it when he closed
Yes.
it.
He was a part of it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But Ricky carried the house still, so Ricky was still having the presence on the floor, even though the house was officially closed.
Well, this is it. When the house was closed, Ricky wasn't stating whether he was an Allure or Saint Laurent. When I closed the house, that means people had to go. So when they left, they opened up the House of Saint Laurent.
Okay.
You understand? So while the House of Saint Laurent is building and forming their energy, what they need to form for themselves, balls are going on. I'm coming to the balls. Members of the house are coming to the balls. I'm getting awards the whole time. The whole time the house was closed, I'm getting awards. So I have to, I'm telling you the truth. The whole time the house was closed, I was getting awards. So I had to get the people who were still in the house, we would buy tables. And we would come to the balls done and sit at the table. The house was closed, but we would be there because I would have to accept my award and get it. So I would go up there, get my award. And meanwhile, in between time, you have Ricky. Ricky isn't saying he's an Allure, like I'm still with the brand. Hey, they're calling him out as Ricky Saint Laurent. And Ricky is coming out pumping as Saint Laurent. Now, you can pump as Saint Laurent under the notions of saying, I'm not a Saint Laurent, correct? If you say, hey, I'm not a Saint Laurent, then they'll stop calling you out as Saint Laurent. He did not state this. He continued coming out. The reason why is because Glenn was locked up. She was away. So until Glenn came home and said, hey, I'm an Allure, then Ricky said, oh, I'm still an Allure too. So that's how that went.
And that's when the whole mother position came about?
The whole mother position came about because we wanted change. Everybody wanted change, you know. You're still doing things the same way. This is a new era. The kids want something different. I'm like, okay. Now, 100%, I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
Why?
Because I just don't see Butch Queens as mothers of the house. I see women or trans women as Fem Queens. That's just how I am.
And I agree.
That's who I see. That's what I see. You know, that's what I'm into. I don't see a man like myself saying I'm a mother of a house. That's just
Can you explain why? Because, I mean, I know for me, like when I say it, because people seem to have a problem. Like, I mean, I think that they took those words, you know, and ran with it, I guess, or whatever, or you wasn't able to speak on it much.
Okay.
But I also say when I'm in a house, I don't really see Butch Queens as mothers because I don't feel like they can give advice to the girls. Like, the girls have transitioned. They have no idea what that is.
Right.
So I've had Butch Queen mothers from other houses call me and say, how do I deal with these girls? Because I don't feel like they respect me.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of times they won't truly because they don't have their example in front of them of what they need.
Right.
So what is your idea of why you feel like Butch Queen shouldn't be a mother?
Well, I'm from the old school. I just feel male and female, you know, the image of a woman and an image of a man. I mean, that's what I feel. That's facts. I mean, that's what it is. You know, if you're going to be Butch Queen up in drag, I would love to see the best of the Butch Queen up in drag. You know, I would like to see why is that Butch Queen up in drag, as far as fashion, style, sense of humor, creativity, everything. All that matters to me.
Any questions?
Any questions, Asia?
Yes. So when it comes to femininity within men, how do you feel about that within houses?
I don't mind feminine men. I think all men are individuals. If you're going to be effeminate, be the best feminine. Be amazing. Be beautiful. Be sexy. You know, be alluring as a feminine man.
When it
Yes.
comes to the House of Allure, not just in general, but just in the House
Yes,
of Allure.
in the House of Allure. I mean, I have feminine friends, you know. There's feminine men in the House of Allure right now as we speak. It's just they carry themselves in an amazing way. You know, they look great. They high on fashion. They groom themselves to the T. You know, it's just flawlessness if you're going to be a feminine man.
So
So,
I go ahead. Go ahead.
so I'm trying to keep it all together, girl.
What?
You okay?
I love that you
What?
can feel the energy. It's so masculine,
It's so masculine.
so manly. I'm like, oh my God. So, you know, I love my sister. So, this marriage,
Yeah.
how did the recruitment, the enlisting, the conversation look like
Okay.
for you and Asia?
Well, you know, went to the latex ball. I believe it's the latex ball, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Alpha. I think it
Alpha
was
Omega ball.
Ballroom Throwback.
Right. It was Caesar's ball. Went there,
Sanaya.
had a great time, and I believe I was judging. And Beautiful was sitting in one of those throne chairs, right? Now, I know who she is, of course, because we're in Ballroom, but I've never actually had the opportunity to meet her. You understand? Been talking about her for years. You know, there's a few people in the house that favors her and loves her. So they would send me clips of her in gowns, you know, when she's looking absolutely amazing. Say, oh, this is Asia. I said, this is the sexy one at Vogue's? Be like, yeah, this is her. I said, oh, okay, yeah, she's hot. You know, this is over the time and years in passing. So when I got the opportunity to meet her, as soon as I met her, I turned around and I said, oh, Asia, it's a pleasure meeting you. My name is Al Allure. And she says, oh, I know who you are. So, you know, it was great energy from the beginning, right? We talked Kiki a little bit, you know, and that's it. And a few weeks later, I hit her up on Facebook. And I asked her, could we have a conversation and exchange numbers? I didn't want to do all that on Facebook, you know, because I didn't know who she was. She didn't know who I was. And I'm very particular. So I was like, hey, just give me the number. We can talk on the phone, personal.
So sometimes, you know, you are a straight shooter,
Yes.
being a Capricorn, and, you know, so you hear some of the people, you know, maybe some of your daughters or something, you know, talk about how stirred you were at times.
Yes.
Even me, you have had a little one too, or whatever. But I appreciate the things like in the long run,
Right.
you know, that helped me, you know, with my transition and things. What do you say, like, to when you hear it come out in a negative way? What do you say to that?
I really don't have nothing to say because the proof is in the pudding. Like, there's nothing to say. I mean, you may not have understood what I was doing with you when I brought you back to Atlanta. And when I told you what I told you, sit there. You was giving father my friend, and I was giving, and I said, I'm creating and I'm making something right now. And I did that. She had like 100 people wanted to speak to her at the, when I brought her back from New York City, because she left New York, she left Atlanta as Tiny. You know, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Tiny Chanel, but if you were familiar, you know exactly what it was giving. So she left that, and when she moved to New York City and Jersey City with me, it was a whole new situation. She's a size 6. You know, we went to the gym every day.
Yeah,
we worked out. You know,
Like
crying
twice
or
a
not,
year.
cussing me out. You know, it didn't matter to me because I already saw what it was going to do. I already seen it already. You know, I already knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, you're going to get your breath and your nose done at the same time. We don't got time for doing that. You're going to do them both. Baby said, right, you know, and, you know, we had a beautiful relationship and, you know, she drained it out sometimes because she didn't want to work out, you know, but I had to always tell her, listen, this is what we're going for and this is what it's going to be. Trust me.
And we were on the red carpets and then the little events
Yes,
and stuff.
yes,
So
yes.
it worked out.
Yes, it worked out excellent.
But yeah, there were some times that I'm like, okay, you might need to reword that. So I can understand.
Right.
Because there were times when he had fallouts. I'd be like, look, if you don't want me to be your daughter, I won't be your daughter. Because if I'm not enough, like, you know, but I know that in his eyes that it was the best intentions and wanted the best for me, knowing what I really wanted inside.
Exactly.
You know, so.
It was a sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, and I think no one's probably ever pushed you like the way that I pushed you. Because I know what you wanted. And I said, this is the only way that we're going to get here. It's not going to be a nice journey. You want this journey. And
so who are all
did
your
it.
daughters in the scene? Because you have well, I mean, you have some that just call you father, and then you have some that are your daughters.
Oh, here goes the rivalry.
So who are your daughters?
You know she's not right now. You know that, right?
Because I'm like, baby,
We don't need
Yeah,
no
some
more
bad
bad press.
daughters.
Pay it. Pay the question. We don't need no.
no more bad press.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. My daughters know who they are because without any shadow of doubt, they always come through for me. I don't have to seek, search, and find for my daughters. My daughters, you know, 2 of them are here right now, you know, just in support. So, yeah, they know who they are. You know, they call, you know, make sure I'm okay, send me love, you know, even, you know, actually on y'all show the other day, one of my daughters, she had called the show, but she used one of her Allure names, you know, to do a donation with you guys.
Oh,
Right. Tyra Allure.
Tyra Allure.
Right. Because she is a Margiela, correct?
yes.
Yes, exactly. So for her to,
Who is that?
I'm just saying.
Hold up. Who's who?
That's support.
Dominique Jackson.
Oh,
Yes.
Dominique. Oh, that's what it was. When y'all was saying that, I was
Yes.
thinking y'all was talking about somebody else. Yeah,
Dominique.
No, so Dominique Jackson, like, you know, Dominique, my sis.
Yes.
So when she asked that question around like how the girls feel, I remember her telling me some of those harsh stories, how you were hard on her, how you expected certain things,
Right.
how you would give her advice and the critique, but it kind of hurted, right? But when she got her award and she had named how that helped her,
Right.
it kind of spun the narrative. And then whenever, I don't care where we at, who we sitting with, this woman will defend you. And because she loves you.
Right.
So when I see that, I'm like, he can't be all that bad, because if these 2 people who I'm very close with
Right.
had a different type of reaction, then I think for me it's harder. Like even when we were talking about the conversation with you,
Yes.
I said sometimes I feel as though it could be pointless when people have already made up their mind
Yes.
about who you are
Correct.
without actually meeting you. I've had the privilege of talking to women who have been connected to you. So even when the day that Asia was debuting, she was hiding out.
Right.
And you know, I had just lost my brother at that time. And when I came to the ball, I was like, I didn't know where to go because we didn't have a table. Like we
Correct.
didn't purchase a table. And y'all was like, come on.
Yeah, I saw you. We
Sit
hugged you up.
down.
Right.
And it was like, y'all treated me with so much respect and so much love. And I was like, this man can't be the person who they say he is. Because it's like he saw me and was like, sit here. And they all got up, from Eric to all of them, and make sure that I sat down,
Right.
that I whatever I needed. And for that moment, I felt normal. But then you remember I leaned over and said, I'm leaving.
Yes.
Because it became a little bit too much for me. But thank you for that.
Oh, no
For
problem.
seeing that. But also, I'm just like, you can't be all that bad. For me, my question to you is, How do you feel when you are asked these questions and you're speaking about it, but you already know that people have made up their mind about you?
I'm used to it. Since I was in high school, I've always been that person, like, even with my teachers, my mother used to send me, get me dressed for school, and my teachers will have a problem with the way that I was dressed. So they would tell me, tell your mother not to dress you like this, and my mother would be like, huh? She will come up and be like, I'm dressed my son any type of way, you know, I please, and he's going to continue to look like this. So if I'm always been used to it, nobody like the way I dress. Someone think I'm conceited, or they think I'm this, and it's always something new. So for me, for a person who's very what's the right word? Have confidence within myself,
A lot of
very
confidence.
security, very secure with who I am, my sexuality. I mean, I'm used to it, so it doesn't bother me actually. It's actually telling me I'm doing something correct.
There's two things that I think that we definitely need to address.
Yes.
The first thing is there's a narrative that is being spread that you never respected Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
And the second part is that you were replacing him without him knowing.
Okay.
And I think those are two of the biggest things that really stood out in the live that people are attaching to.
Right.
Please address the part of you never respecting Ricky
Okay.
and then the replacing the mother positions.
Okay, well, the respect part is untrue. You have to realize he said it himself. He said he was in the house for 22 years, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you said from the beginning, since you first laid eyes on me, I'd never seen it, correct? I've never had no issues with Ricky. Ricky was being taken care of with someone else who brought him in the house. And they say, oh, you don't have to worry about Ricky, Father. We got Ricky. I'm going to make sure she's a clean team. I got it. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it. I said, okay, great. We can be in the same atmosphere, in the same room. Ricky can be Ricky Allure, and I can be Al Allure. It's never been an issue. Never.
Do you respect him?
Of course I respect him. I wouldn't have gave him the mother position if I did not respect him. Now, do I see Ricky Allure? Like Ricky? No, not really. I don't. With the look that the Allures give, he doesn't give that particular look, but his talent oversees that. So I never had an issue with him. Like, okay, you just look a mess, get away. Never that. Because he come in the ballroom, do what he has to do, and that's it.
So you gave him the mother position begrudgingly?
No, I gave him the mother position moving forward, being open-minded and trying to adapt to what was coming here with this new term, with this scene that we are in right now. That's why I gave him the position.
So you went against your belief that men shouldn't be mothers?
I went against my belief just to appease other people. Just to say Al Allure is trying, he is open-minded, and he's moving towards the future. Something that, what Ricky said, we needed to update, modernize.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first I want to say thank you to being patient with me and continuing to pour into me the mindset of not just what Allure is,
Right.
but just understanding that as a trans woman going through so much, turmoil. And I expressed that to you when
Yes.
we was talking for the while before I came over. You were just very patient with me and continued the conversation
Yes.
and didn't move on. I definitely appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
I don't think, for me, I think he needs to be getting a more of applause than anything, because when trans women are being pushed to the back by a lot of people, there are men like this that are pushing us forward. But
You didn't
from
answer the second part, though.
oh yeah,
Oh, the Vicky part.
Yeah,
About
about the mother.
Well, I thought y'all wanted to take care of one thing. Okay, so yeah. So the intent was, and I just want to explain this to everyone because I don't think y'all understand. Y'all may be looking at it in one way. So take this for instance. Say you have somebody that that you gave a position to.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any issues with them, like conflicts or anything like that. You just want them to be on the same level. Just let me know what's going on. Keep me abreasted with what's happening. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That was the agreement for Cashmere. She was supposed to show up as Cashmere at the mandatory balls. She was supposed to walk fashion, labels, best dress at the mandatory balls. That was the whole look, because we sat down and we went through the whole look. What was it going to do? How you coming through? She only came through as Cashmere twice in the 5 years that she's had the title. Now, you're probably saying, well, why did she stay so long with the title? Right. That is my fault. You know, when you're working and you're in your career and you're traveling and doing things, and meanwhile, in between time, she's here, and I'm trying to put the house back together. I'm getting new people. I'm talking. She's telling me that she's talking to people, and I'm like, okay, well, great. We need some Vulgars here. No Vulgars in 5 years. Okay? So I'm asking, hey, what's going on? I got receipts. I can pull out 2, 3, 4 years conversation just on the text message. What's going on? Hey, I'm busy right now. Can I call you tonight? Okay, great. I'm on set. What's going on? I'm going to call you right back. Okay, great. No callbacks. And this is what's going on for years and years. So I come to New York to have a meeting, because we have meetings. She said, oh, don't worry about it. I got this. And I'm like, huh? But you don't got nothing, because no one's walking. What's going on? Like, what's happening? Oh, we got this. Who are you bringing? Who am I bringing? You know, okay. I see where we're going with this. This is the tit for tat type of situation. I really don't have time for this. Okay. I got something. I'm going to bring somebody. And yeah.
Is that what Asians?
No, listen, this because every time we go to the meetings, you didn't bring your members. Yeah, where's your new members at? I said,
So
don't
this
worry.
is what Ricky's saying to you.
Yes, this is
And
what
was Ricky bringing in members at this time?
No, he brought one person in. We talked about them. They only walked like twice, maybe 3 times out of the 4 years that they were here. That's an issue to me, especially when you're living in New York City. And it's not like you're walking fashion or any category that you have to spend an enormous amount of money. You're just basically going on your looks and your style and your own looks, correct? Pretty boy realness, is that what that is? That's your style and your looks, correct?
Right.
Right. And you don't have to go out and get anything extra and special. If you go into the club, you go in your closet, get something jiggy to wear, throw it on and walk the ball. You live here in the city, what's the issue? What's the problem? You don't need 100 people to say, hey, come walk realness. It's not that serious. And if you do, then you don't need to be in Ballroom. That's just what I'm saying. So meanwhile, in between time, hey, what's going on? Oh, where's your members? Where's your people? They're coming. So a whole year and a half, I'm talking to Asia, figuring things out, you know. And I tell Ricky, it's coming soon.
Oh my God.
The person is coming, who I'm bringing. She's coming. Oh, okay, great. We'll see that. We'll see it to believe it when she gets here. Oh, okay, don't worry about that.
He said that to you?
Yeah. But you know, we have this back and forth catty type of situation going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. But when it was time to change and bring, I told him at a dinner, it was with Nick, myself, and Ricky. We went out to dinner. Because there always have to be someone there, you know. Since I'm the big bag wolf, we need a mediator. So it'll be someone there, like Nick or Tyler, you know, just so we can get the confirmations correct. So I told them everything. And they were like, well, why do we need her?
This is about Asia?
Yes.
I'm confused. Wait a minute. Wait.
I'm telling you the
Allegedly.
facts.
I mean,
These
this
are
is
the
your
facts. We went to the
side.
restaurant, spoke about it, and I told him what I was bringing in. Well, what is she coming for? Why do we need her? Huh? So evidently someone's delusional. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
God, thank you.
you know, you feel that you're doing all the work and she doesn't need to come in, but you're not overall mother.
This is too much.
I need a partner. I need someone who wants to do the work and don't have any issues on doing it and can get things done. When I spoke to her, I told her this already. I told her the plans. I told her what I want the house to look like. I told her in about 2-3 years, I'm about to see sayonara. Let's get everything pumped and let's get it right. I told her all of this. Everything. And I was told, well, what do we need her for?
So you know what's confusing me is because he said that he wanted Asia.
No.
Oh.
That's not true. Listen, let me say this to y'all. He's been here for 22 years. Why leave now? 22 years. He says to y'all that we never seen it from the beginning. So don't you think we've been in issues and places together for 22 years? The ball, when she got in her Gaultier catsuit as Cashmere, she looked really nice at the awards ball. We haven't seen that again for another 3 years passing after that. That was at the Saint Laurent ball.
You mean the black dress?
Yes. So, if everything is great and cool, why leave now? You leave now because I brought a Fem Queen into the mix. And obviously you thought that you should have been privy to who I'm bringing in. And why? Why should you be privy? You don't get in contact with me. You don't call me and say, hey, Al, what's going on? How are you today? Oh, I got some new members. Tell me what you think.
Wait.
We don't have that relationship. It's not given that. It doesn't matter what they tell you. I'm telling you what it is.
No, but I'm saying because he made a whole live saying that he had brought new members.
Right. So where the new members at? That's all I want to know. I just want to know. Listen, I'm here to build the house. That's it. You're here. Listen, if I give you a platform to be mother of a house, you should have had New York City screaming your name. Like,
but they do.
But where? But where the kids at? Where's the buildup of the house? That's what I want to know. For 5 years, you had New York City title. Where's the buildup? That's all I want to know.
So, okay.
No, I mean, it's a simple question. She said she's had kids. Who are the kids? Where are the kids?
So
with that, because...
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, I think it's...
From your perspective, in this situation, what do you think you could have done differently, considering the turmoil that was happening?
Could have done what differently?
What could you have done differently in the situation?
What are you willing to be accountable for?
And no, or just in these 10 months, of the turmoil, because regardless if he's wrong or right, etc., what could you have done differently? Now that you think about everything in the conversations that we had, what do you think you could have done?
I mean, what can a person do if they're being ignored and not being acknowledged? And how can a person move? How can I move? I'm living in California.
Did you apologize to this individual about they felt?
About for what? But before what apology? I want to know what we talking about here? About the way this person felt for 22 years?
Yeah.
That's not my problem, the way he felt for 22 years. Why should I be concerned about that?
Because you're the overall father.
I am, but should I be concerned that he's feeling sad because I don't see his feeling? Should that be an issue? I just want to know. I just would like to know.
I do think that it's one thing to be adamant about your feelings, but I've always, and maybe it's just me, right? If I have a child who I have done what I could for you,
right,
and although you don't feel valued, like you start to say things or whatever, even as a parent, even though I know that I might not be in the wrong, I'm going to validate your emotions for the moment because you are my child.
I never talked about Ricky. I never discussed Ricky with anyone else.
You don't feel like you would apologize just for the feelings of them feeling like they didn't make it in your eyes? You don't feel like you owe them an apology?
The feeling of an apology.
Do you know what it is to feel like?
You know what? It's like a mother and father has a child, right? They have identical twins. Okay. Right. One twin is very respectful, into the books, and learning immensely. And then the other child is giving, like, what's going on here? Like, do this. And they don't have enough brains to sit here and do a full project. Right. They're doing something else.
Right.
All the time.
Right.
So what do the parent has to apologize for? Only thing they can do is take more time with the child, correct?
Right.
And show love and care with the child,
Right.
correct? They don't have to be the best of friends, but knowing that you put the energy and you put the work in, that's
I
what's
get what you're saying.
expected, correct?
Yeah,
done
so I
that?
think that
Yes.
I get what you're saying. You feel like you gave that person love and respect.
Most definitely. It wasn't like I was
Yeah.
talking about Ricky or anything. We laughed, had a good time. He invited me to,
I mean,
you know,
Ricky
hear
did
his best
say
friend.
over 22 years, one bad year, like in the
Right.
conversation.
So, but I'm trying to figure out the 1 year was when Asia came.
Yes, that was the
But he
one.
broke that down.
That was the bad year. No, I'm just being real because I mean that was the bad year. We
But
never
it
had
seems
no
like
issue.
that this is the year that I feel like within the last year, Allure been revamped. Like it's
They've been winning. They've been
Well,
winning.
was that the problem?
Well, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm just saying on the outside looking in. I thought,
So in regards to like Ricky Cashmere's
Yes.
journey to motherhood,
Yes.
in the fact that you said that you don't believe Butch Queens should be mothers, but you did it to become modernized and to have an open mind.
Correct.
In your eyes, and you have the models, and what I mean by the models, not Telka, we know Dominique's the model, but you have the epitome woman who you have fostered in the House of the Lord. What do you look for in mothers?
Oh, I look for I look for independence and a secure woman as far as to be a mother. She will have to be that if she's going to be the overall mother of this house, because she's going to get criticized and, you know, why she's here. Do she think she's better than everyone else? Because that's what comes with the title.
they took me to edge.
They
They're
damn
not
sure
Allures
did.
anymore.
They damn sure did. They told me that Tempest thought she was all and she's
Bitch, I
a
was.
mean girl. But
Yeah, but why do they say mean? Like, what is
Right,
that
like,
about?
what
I
is
just don't
that?
understand the
she
mean
could be
girl
mean.
thing. Because
I love you.
what is that about? Because see, everybody wants to be fabulous. Everybody wants to be noticed. Everybody wants to be done and have the best makeup on, the nails, the shoes. This is what they want. So why is it mean? Just because the people who started it is not saying, "Oh, it's over for you. You're turning it. I love it." Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I just would
I've
like to
never
know.
gotten so very clear. Like when me and Temperance met, it was immediate. Like we were drawn to each other, and there were times when she got slack for being close to me, and people would say, "Oh, well, you and her are close, and she's not really cool with everybody," or like they had painted her out to be somewhat
Right.
like a byproduct of you,
Mean,
like she's a mean girl, da, 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 da. But I didn't get that,
Right.
So I could
Did
see.
people tell you that?
Girl, I told you that. Don't
Well,
say
angels, I feel like angels spoke about that.
Yeah.
It's like when they don't have access to you,
Yes.
they believe that you're mean because they don't have an opinion of what your life is like. They can't
Exactly.
compare nothing to
Right.
Do you see what happens to the ones who allowed so much access?
Yeah, I know.
Like
They go on
baby.
Facebook and go live
Baby.
about
Stop.
your life.
Listen.
So, I mean, I know, but to the question, aside from that, like, you broke it down. They need to be assured. They need to be confident.
Yes.
Inside your institution, what are the requirements for them? Because when y'all say vision, I would like to know what is the overall vision of the House of Allure between the overall parents.
The overall vision is perfection. It's the best of the best. Every house have their own thing. Like Angel said that the House of Revlon is a hood house. But they bring you Ghetto Fabulous hood. You understand? So Mugler House, it's beauty. As far as the House of Allure, it's perfection. It's the whole look. It's your style, your energy, the way you live, the type of lifestyle you live, type of jobs, careers you have, education, all of that. That all makes up ALLURE. All of it.
So I mean, as we know, no one's perfect.
Question.
No
So
one
you
is
mean
perfect.
strive for perfection.
Yes, most definitely.
AKA means hunger. I look for hunger. I look for people that drive of wanting to be the best. The House of Lord to me is what I realized. It solidifies as the house, like a boutique. When you walk inside a boutique, they only have certain pieces in the store. It's not a department store where you have 100 of the same piece. So it stands out really well, and that's what it is to me. That's
And in
what
Ricky's
it defines.
defense, I think Ricky defined it. Cashmere defined it very well. And she also says she's taken a lot of those things
With her.
with her,
Yeah.
Right.
which I think a lot of people who leave Allure or are no
Ultimately
longer a
do.
part of Allure, you know, they hold those things dear to them.
Being trans is something that isn't just about violence. It isn't just about the things that I saw on the news about, you know, all of the negativity that people like to attach to this identity, but that there's so much life and possibility. I wanted people across the globe, but especially young Black trans people who aren't connected to community and don't know that they have power inside of them, can see this and know that they can be whatever they want to be. Oftentimes, Black trans women are the only ones who show up for each other. And it's really important now more than ever that folks double down and pour into the organizations that are on the ground doing the work and supporting these vulnerable communities. I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen something else that BTFA has funded, whether you knew it or not, whether you've been at a ball, whether you've been at OTA, whether you've watched someone's music video. We're behind so many things, and because we do so many things, we need so much support. And so I'm really hoping that folks show up and pour back into our community, because it's so easy to continue to take and to enjoy the visibility of, you know, what we're able to produce, but it's another thing to invest in it.
But I think we should get off the Cashmere conversation, but because there's more to you than that.
Yes.
What do you think about fashion? Being that you were definitely, like, when I came in ballroom scene, all you heard in fashion was Allure, the Allures against the Pradas, the Allures against, you know what I'm saying? That was definitely the fashion house and the epitome of what you strive for. And then you being so tailored and masculine with your clothes and bringing that to the floor. What do you think about fashion nowadays?
We don't have the opportunity to explore all of those avenues like before. You know, I think one of the main reasons why is because of craft. Not stating that everyone was doing craft, but craft made it very eligible for people to get to know, you know, get the idea of what fashion is, what is style, and being able to have these pieces and these garments, it kind of defined the person that they were wearing them. You know, they kind of felt better about themselves, you know, more so than just having a regular bag, and now you have a Louis Vuitton bag or a Prada bag or Christian Dior. You know, it's a difference. And I believe the House of Allure, we kind of brought that to Ballroom as far as changing the whole outlook of fashion and style within houses. Because you have houses that are saying today, oh, you know, I patented my house after the House of Allure. You know, your house, the House of Margiela, they patent themselves as the House of Allure. Only reason why I know is because I had someone that went from your house, and Vinny told them, this is the closest you're going to get to Allure. That's what Vinny told them. So,
I mean, well,
one of the founders.
Yeah, one of the
I was going to say the
founders,
founders
yeah.
right there, so I could kind of see how those things would carry over, because it's no shade when I think about looks and stuff like that.
Yes.
That was one of when I saw the fur coats and Temper so glammed out, and I sing that long line back in the day of this trail of consistency that happened with each person that came before that panel. That clip still goes viral today. So I could kind of understand how that influence came through.
Because when I was in Allure, baby, we was going to the club in gowns and suits, and it's Halloween, bitch. It's getting older. I'm like,
she just told me about that story.
I'm gonna be. He's like a fashion icon. Like, you're gonna have on a gown. We're gonna do such and such. Like, so yeah. So it always gave that, and like, you know, some people love that, and some people can't take it.
Right. And it's fine.
No, I think it's admirable. Like I said, I'm I told Asia I would be quiet. I feel like I've been talking a lot. But it's because like I wanted to address some of the things, but
Yes.
like Temperance, there's so much more to who Owl is. And I
Yeah.
always felt like, and I said this to them, like, you didn't have a fair shake because people already had this
Decide.
idea on that's who he is. I mean, the people who don't even know you
I know.
was being negative, and I was like, you probably wouldn't even know him if you saw him.
Right.
So how could you form an opinion based off of one person? And for me, I just thought it was wrong. I'm glad that you came to actually sit down with us, even
Right.
after the fact.
Yes.
So I'm just happy that you're here. I know that the girls have other questions, but fashion in itself for the men have also taken a turn,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when we talk about fashion, like there are men that wear purses and heels,
Right.
and like to the idea that you say that, you know, you have this type of masculinity about you. Do you think that fashion should be specifically tailored to a gender, or are you okay with the men with pumps and heels and pocketbooks?
Well, for me, I'm not wearing purses and pumps. For me, personal. For me. For other people's fashion sense, you know, it's whatever. Do I think it's correct? No, but it's whatever, you know, makes you float. Whatever makes you feel great within your fashion sense that you have. Will I wear it? No. I've worn kilt skirt, gaultier, but that's as far as I'm gonna get with the skirt.
So
Maybe
we
a
wouldn't
kilt.
have you in the platform heel?
You know what? I don't like platforms. Like, yeah.
Maybe a little bag and some rings?
No. I'll do some rings.
Oh,
A little clutch bag. But
okay.
yeah.
Do you think that there are some so there were times that the house was like stagnant or inactive. Do you think that sometimes your old school way of thinking has put a wrench in maybe the House of Allure at times, or maybe stopped the traction, or
Well, I don't think because within time, within fashion, everything changes. So you can't stay complacent to one. You have to move and move forward. I don't think that's it. I think what's happening is that we have a lot of mature house members, and the ones that come out, those are the ones that they see. They see mature from old school, so they're not opening up their mind and say, okay, well, you know, maybe we can get here too, and you know, turn it up in another style, in another way. Yeah.
When looking for overall father, the next one, what is some things that you're looking for, like qualifications from them?
Command, presence in ballroom. That's the number one. They have to command that presence, that authority in ballroom. It's definitely needed. The respect factor goes a long way. When you step in the room, people should definitely know who you are.
Yeah.
Even if you're in a dark corner, they be like, oh, I'll look, he's on that corner right there. You know, that's what it should be giving. You need to have that, because you'll get walked over
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
so what's your outside life like? Like, I know you're a hairstylist and a celebrity hairstylist and
Right.
stuff, but what's the day in life of Al Allure?
You know, I mean, you know,
For the people
I
who don't
travel
know.
a lot. I'm on set, you know what I'm saying? I'm in that type of mode, you know, real chill, down to earth type of person. You know, like today, I want to come in, relax, you know, real chill, not suited and booted, all done. You know, I just want it to be regular.
But it still look good.
Well, thank you.
And
I
you're
appreciate it.
you're very strict on yourself, like you are other people.
I am very sick of
Because
myself.
Al is the type that will fast for days.
Girl, please don't talk about
Like,
that.
I do
Please
fast.
don't
like
talk
that.
about that.
I'm like,
scary.
okay, you can have that
Mind
one. I want to say something. I'm trying to think what I would have doing here.
No,
because-
say it.
I realized that over the years you have now changed, especially our condolences and sorry for the loss of your
thank you.
mom. I think that definitely has changed you.
Yes.
I think that has made you more sensitive to things. Just even the way you talk now in conversations.
Really.
Yeah, like, I mean, it just makes you, you know, we've always seen you as this, like, nothing can bother me, you
Right.
know, type of man. And, oh, Al, he's not going to care about it and things like that. You can just brush a lot of things off. And I realized that it has made you, like, a lot more sensitive, like the connections. You're interested in building stronger connections and, you know, getting around family now more and stuff. Yeah, what
That's true.
yeah.
I am around my family more often than before because, you know, it's like I wouldn't say I was a black sheep in the family, but I was just one that always knew what they wanted to do and how they were going to carry. So I would, you know, I would bounce. Like I had my apartment at a very early age, you know, paying my own rent, working. So that independence energy I've always had. And I think when my mother passed away, it kind of reality soaked in, you know, just always on the go, doing your own thing, you know, and especially being in the lifestyle too, when your whole family is heterosexual and you're probably the only one in the whole family that's in the life. So you tend to move away, and you know, I've moved far away, you know, not because they didn't respect me or agree with what I wanted to do. It's just that I was doing so much, like ballroom. You know, my family's like, you know, they don't really see it. You know, they don't really see it. You know, and while this drama was going on last week and the week before, you know, I was with my family, and the phone kept on ringing consistently, and you know, they would look back at me and was like, ugh. Are those people again? And I'd be like, I'm going outside. You know, it was just a lot. So yeah, I think I probably have changed. You know, more family oriented, and definitely not that I couldn't love. It's just that you know the world is so harsh. You always have to have this armor up. So I've always had one. You know, because people always talked about me, good, bad, doesn't matter. You know, walking down the street, someone's pointing at me. You know, or in ballroom, you know, it's just that. So you come used to these type of things, and you get your own type of shield.
Did you feel like the black sheep in ballroom too?
Definitely. Because you know what, everyone in ballroom has a mother or a father or a sister or auntie. I didn't come into ballroom like that. I made myself. I came in, did my own thing. I had good friends, you know, who showed me the way, where to go. Tony Revlon, um, he kind of took me around and introduced me to everyone. So yeah, I would say so. It was kind of hard. So when I made it and when I put this image into the scene, they couldn't say nothing to me because I was always walking and punishing. You couldn't say that I didn't do that. You couldn't say that you didn't love my daughters and my Fem Queens. You couldn't say you didn't love the House of Allure because you enjoyed us getting dressed up and you watched it. You know, you gave us that homage. Oh, I want to be like y'all, and I would love to be in the House of Allure. So, you know.
I'm gonna ask you a question. So we brought up a topic earlier about the femme queens being insecure. We often hear the word insecure used frequently on femme queens in the ballroom scene. Is this a tactic employed to harm us and make us feel inadequate, especially when we believe our community will love and support us?
With the insecurity, um, that you can only answer that for the individual. I think. I mean, Fem Queens they're strong to me. They're very strong individuals. So I don't know about insecure. Um, if any insecurity will probably, you know, as they're transitioning, as far as making them be the women that they want to be themselves, I think that would probably be the only insecure thing that they would have. But as far as a whole and carrying themselves and walking around, I don't see them being insecure because you just can't. There's no place for insecurity being a trans woman. You know, going out into the world, taking hormones, being judged by many people, being accepted by your family. I don't think there's no. I
But
think
I
they're
think
very
those
strong.
things can make us insecure, especially if we don't feel like, one thing that I've heard thrown around with us is the word validation and always needing that outside out, like that affirming language or validating who you are. We were talking about it in a way that when we are close to people and they are actually able to access us in a way that we are comfortable
Right.
being vulnerable, that they will weaponize those things against us. And then, in our, when we respond back, it's, oh, it's just the moans, or she's very insecure about that, as opposed to acknowledging that this is an area of her life that she struggles with.
Right.
So why weaponize it?
Right. I understand that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you
I've
do
never
know,
heard him weaponized.
but you do
anything
know the
against it.
hormones and everything, all of that, is a part of it. The sensitivity and, feeling some,
Tabitha thinks differently, but okay.
I just,
I feel like you don't think
It
it answered
does.
I know,
that?
I
The
just think,
hormones
I know
affect-
that the hormones do, right? So let me
Yeah.
say this. I know that it does make us emotional, but I've always been one to always say that I don't want, and that's because me being a substance user, and I know that things have a way of controlling you.
Mhm.
So for me, nothing will ever control me to the point where I'm not able to control myself,
Right.
whether I take a hormone shot or not.
Mhm.
If I know I'm going to have these experiences after my shot, I'm going to isolate until I'm able to be around people, because only those closest to me should be able to experience me in that way.
I understand.
Those I feel safe with. And I think what happens is that when you don't have those people and you're just out and you're moaning and you're out or whatever, like, I can't speak for no one's experience, but I hate when people blame our behaviors and attitude off
Yeah.
a shot.
Right.
Like, oh, it's
Yeah,
the
they
moans. I
weaponized it.
so hate that. Until when the girls start saying, oh, I took my moan shot, so I shut the fuck up.
But
Like,
if
you're
that's
just
her
being emotional.
experience, that's
but
her
that's your
No,
experience.
but I'm just
But
saying,
I
like,
also feel
but
like
for
you
me,
can
it just
control
kind of
that.
like it adds fuel to the fire.
Well, I
like,
mean-
I've said that.
So
Like, I'm like,
why-
I'm
why are we-
crying at
and-
watching a simple
what's
thing, and
wrong?
I know it's my
And what's
hormone.
wrong with
Yeah,
that?
but what's wrong with
No,
that? I
I'm not
like
saying
that
that there's
part of it.
anything
Like,
wrong with
No,
it.
but
I'm
it's
just
just
saying,
like,
I don't.
because you said those what you said on a fire.
It
What you
adds
said?
fuel to the fire.
Yeah. And
I mean, like I said
So
in the
who?
very beginning, I also said that that's every girl, each one's individual
Experience is
experience.
different,
For
but-
me, I just refuse to believe that something can control me where I'm not able to control my
Delusional.
emotions.
yeah, but it's not about
No,
control.
bitch. You're delusional.
It's not
okay?
about control. It's not about
Delusion.
No, I'm just saying because the
Because you
most
say
will take you
validation.
there.
They will.
Like
but
certain
you-
girls, like
validation.
But so the thing
like
is,
I
the
crave
thing
ice
is
cream,
realizing.
so I'm buying a bunch of ice cream
But
so I can sit in the
right,
house. Like
it's the
I'm doing
same
what I
way
need
when a
for
woman
me.
is on her
You know what I'm
menstrual.
saying?
Was you like that
She might
before?
know that she
And when
might
I
be
was younger,
irky and
no, you
edgy,
know
like
I
you know.
wasn't.
Yeah, you
So
just have
that's
to
what we're
know.
saying.
But
like,
listen, I get that. But
like,
when I
just
was
because
young,
they're using
listen,
things
when I
against
was
us,
young,
F them.
when I was young, of course, I said those things. However, as I grew older, I started to see that being weaponized against us to dismiss us when we're showing up emotionally.
Okay.
Like that would be the weapon.
I understand.
Oh, child, they just hormones. Them Fem Queens is crazy when
Right,
they're
that's
on
what I'm
that.
saying, they
So it
weaponize
has a
hormones.
negative connotation. When we say it, it means a different thing to us. But when it's activated against us, it's not having the same meaning.
Of course
So
not,
I
of
would
course.
like to say this before we go to the Go Ball. Since you are from a different era, what do you think is the difference in old ballroom versus new ballroom, and what would you like to see in new ballroom?
Well, it's a huge difference in old and new. I mean, you have to understand when we were walking balls, and I'm going to say old ballroom, life wasn't like this. You can be gay, you can be a trans woman now. At one time, there was no space for anyone to be gay or to be a trans woman. No one was talking about it. It was something that was hidden. If you knew about it, you knew about it. And ballroom was underground at the time. So this is the difference, with realness and with every category that has to do in ballroom. You can walk out your house now with pumps, a beard, and some titties. And no one would say nothing about it. They'll look at you strange and may talk about you. But as far as you getting beat, jumped, and harassed, it's not going to happen. So that is the difference. See, you couldn't do that
Yeah, so
30 years
and
ago.
that's why I tell people I agree, because it was so you did what you needed to do to be safe,
Right.
mind you. So to be clear, people who dress differently than the social norm of what we're supposed to look like, they've always been here. Like they were made fun of. You know, we had different names, language wasn't developed in. However, I get what you're saying. Like back then, like we were like the girls were quiet. Like it wasn't so like you really had to blend in and make it past Flatbush Avenue without getting your head.
And the boys was boys.
And the boys was boys.
Right. They couldn't walk off the project doing what they doing now with little purses and stuff. They couldn't do it.
So what would you say now in new ballroom that's missing that you wish would come back?
You know, it'll never come back because of the time that we're in.
Okay.
That's honest.
The lesson, it's not even the same lesson anymore. Like if you watch Realness Today, there's no way the realness today can be realness of yesteryear. There's no way. You know, it's like for fun. Oh shit.
So
it's fun.
They ain't going in the places we was going.
Yeah, they definitely not. You know.
So
it's a game. It's fun.
It's ballroom.
And see, and this is why I say that
ballroom was real.
Was steeped in safety. You had to blend, bitch. You had to blend. We weren't making videos saying that we were misgendered because that rarely even happened. Like people were able to move in spaces without being like, the idea that you were trans was like, and that's where the violence came from.
The first
because
thing,
my thing is people's like, oh, you're so real, you're pretty. But I think the more you are in proximity to looking like a woman, the more danger you were in. Because if you told him you were trans, he was going to hurt you. If you didn't tell him,
I don't think,
he was
not back in the day. I don't know. I feel like back in the day, like, well, first of all, a lot of times it was like, I think we were more special, like, because people didn't know what it was to look for. You know what I'm saying? So once we became counselors and everything with guys, because it's like, what?
Yeah.
But now I really want to get to know you. But it really was their first time. They ain't lying like they lying now. It's my first time.
Girl, it's my first time. I just met.
Bitch, they've been watching you. They've been new.
And
like it was different.
Facebook, they got a bunch of
we were able to dwell. Like they can see you, and we were in spaces that wasn't just gay spaces, and so they see you blending in these spaces, and nobody else saying nothing. And now they're like, you know, so I think it was different. There was times that girls would be killed, like doing stunts and stuff like that. But do we think the world is a safer place now?
It's
more. I would say it's a little bit more tolerable.
A little more tolerable.
So, and I say that in many ways because now more than ever, our siblings and now nibblings and our cis heteronormative people are now speaking out more concerning us and having conversations about us to uphold that we be protected. Back then, they would never even be speaking about us in those places on platforms about protect the dolls or things like that. So I think because of, you know, people understanding who we are now, it has its pluses, it has its pros and its cons. I just think that for me, people are having more conversations about us now, but those transition stories and those things when we were front facing to educate them, we invited them in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at what part do we understand that if you could just go on YouTube and see someone, what was the white girl name who had the Budweiser thing? I forget her name, and she was becoming the woman in the year. What's her name? She had, like, it was a big thing. Y'all know, tell us in the comments. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
But talking to the comments, like
you know, because they're going to comment her name anyway. So thank you for that. That girl, the one who they wrote down there.
The girl.
You know, so no, I'm just saying, like, once people started to have those transitional stories front facing, you kind of gave them access.
Now they know what they're looking
you know,
for.
now they're putting moans out there.
Right.
The girls are giving tips if you want to be a Fem Queen, if you want to wear. So in our efforts to educate, it becomes oversaturated.
Yes.
So now they know what to look for. So now there's this big attack and target on us. you know, it's a good and a bad thing. I just think that to see
bittersweet.
people who normally probably wouldn't have conversations about us
Right.
are now having it. People who are traditional in their thinkings are now opening their mind to
Right.
other ideas on gender.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think like for you, like I've even heard that you've opening your mind to learning new things. That won't happen without that information being out there. So I think
definitely.
overall, the new versus the old, I think to modernize, you definitely have to open your mind to what's happening now in the
Yeah.
world. Is the world a safer place? We know that it's not. And I don't think it's ever been safer,
Now they're
not just
really
because
trying
we're
to-
trans, but because we're also black.
Right.
Okay.
All girls have more safer.
Girls have safer and like more.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah,
girls are
but we
able.
started-
Well, yeah,
we were
it's
underground. We
it
were
was-
like we was
so I'm
black market.
sorry,
I
yeah.
remember my first. I remember you took me to. I think he was a nurse,
Mm-hmm.
but he had like the Premarin shot.
Right.
Oh, those
That thing jerked my
bad.
body out.
The permanent shots were the
Baby.
best.
And then
Oh
they
my
stopped
God.
doing them. I remember I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was like,
remember.
Father, come
There's
touch
it.
me.
Yeah.
Come touch my body. I feel so soft. like those, like when they had things like that, they were very
Right.
underground.
Mhm.
Also, I want to say this to you as well. I always talk about, you know, getting the silicone and what it did to my body later on. And you did tell me not to do it. You was one of the, oh, I feel like I'm getting emotional.
I feel it's really.
No, because you told me like not to do it. And, you know, because I wanted, you know, to just this look, like to match the inner so fast, I was sneaking.
Right.
I was literally sneaking out the house. I'm coming back in. I got the cotton balls and all this stuff under the jeans. He don't know. We even went to the ball. We went to the Legends bar. I think it was. I had on the suede skirt. I'm leaking on the side.
Oh my God.
Nobody knows what's going on. I'm telling Javante, bitch. I think the seal is coming out. I don't know. I can't even tell nobody because I don't secretly went and got it. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to thank you for looking out for me. Like, even though I was hard-headed in some things and I had to learn along the way,
Right.
but I think that there were several things that you did tell me before experiencing it, you know, that no, daughter, because this is what might happen. And
Right.
I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you couldn't be my daughter if I wouldn't tell you the things. So you always heard, I wanted you to get pumped, I want this, I want that.
He
But
did
no
tell
one
me
ever
now.
talks about the stuff, you know. But at that time.
But you had to learn things
yes,
along the way.
I had to learn as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I
He
meant.
be trying to
Yeah.
get my implant. He like, no, we got to break that so the implant can
Oh,
fit. I be
my.
like, no, Father, you
Yeah.
not touching my implant. That ain't gonna. Like, but it was certain things.
Yes.
It was certain things that he experienced from the other girls, you know, that came before me and stuff. Shout out to Cheyenne.
Yes, I was just thinking about her.
I was
Hey,
about
Shy.
to. Yeah.
Well, I do love the fact that your advice leads, you know, you don't have a problem like pouring into people. Because I remember when I was on my weight loss thing and Asia had gave me this whole recipe to your fasting regimen. And I didn't pass. I told y'all.
Oh, you?
guys.
Oh, really?
I did not pass.
She
I
tried.
I tried. I was doing it every day.
Right,
About
right.
that seventh day, I was like,
You had
just
to
tell
let it
Al
go.
I can't do it. Like, I just can't
Well,
do
you know,
it.
you could do it.
I can.
Yeah. you
It
know.
was a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. And I just started to feel like my body, I was losing it.
Right.
But I might just try it again because I'm trying to be small for next year. But thank you for that.
Oh, no,
No,
anytime.
healthier.
Anytime.
Well, more
Yes.
healthier. Yes. I'm
healthier.
trying to be more healthier.
Do you have any more questions before we want to
Yeah.
go, Vaughn? Well,
Any
I
more?
think that we should go to the gold ball. And
Uh-oh.
we'll be back
The
with
drama
the gold ball.
The drama ball. You said the drama ball.
The drama ball.
Hey you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You're watching Fem Queen, crazy, sexy, cool.
The gold bowl, this bitch digging in the gold bowl. The gold bowl, the gold bowl, this bitch digging in the good bowl.
And we're back the gold bowl. So, you know,
You
dip it
ready?
in, see what she got for you. When it gets fierce, honey.
Read it out loud.
You need us to
It's
read
okay.
it for
You gotta read it out loud.
What's
Let me see.
You ready?
Wow.
What's the question?
Okay, so it says, who do you see in the fashion category that should just hang it up?
Who don't you
Or
see
you
in
can
the
take a
fashion
shot.
Who don't you see in the fashion industry,
in the fashion category?
in the fashion category that should just hang it up?
Or you can take a shot.
I'm just trying to see, should I just say it or should I just take a shot?
I mean,
That's
you're
the gold bowl.
Say it.
Ooh.
Well, it's more than one.
Ooh.
So it wouldn't be
So it wouldn't be fair to just name one without the other. Name them all.
It wouldn't be fair.
So take a shot.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
I
Take
think
a
so.
shot. Shot.
No more bad press.
Right.
Shout out my lords in the back. Talk about
Yeah.
They was
He
waiting.
goes about that. They call him out on the floor, bitch. What's that? It's ballroom.
They be so. It's not like that no more. They salty, salty.
Yeah.
They real salty.
I think the kids know who they are.
Ooh.
No, they tell the people. Everybody thinks they're fat, but
No, they know.
They know that's
everybody
not
is fat. Everybody's.
true. Everybody. That's the problem. Okay. Well, I only dated.
So what's the question first?
Okay, it says name 3 people you've dated in ballroom, and who was your fave. You know, I can't really say that I dated anyone in ballroom.
Father.
Oh, Laws is back there
Hold
going.
on.
Wooing.
Father,
I can't
don't-
say no.
Go ahead.
I've had 2 lovers in
Okay.
ballroom.
Well, that's what they mean.
Okay.
Relationships
But-
and stuff.
Who's your
No.
favorite one?
But dating, I've never done it because with dating, you have to date several people, like different people will know.
Well, we
what
mean
it is.
relationship.
Relationship.
Right.
She
Stanley.
Said, basically, she's saying get to
Stanley
it.
was your favorite.
Yeah.
And who was, because you said name the people. It said name a couple of the people.
It was only 2.
Okay, who was the 2?
Twan and Stanley.
Stanley. So what about,
Oh.
so was that just a date?
Who? You talking about Whitney?
Yeah.
I did not know about that one.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
You know what? I'm
He
going to
lied
say
to
this
me.
about Whitney because Whitney was there when we was teenagers. I love you, Whitney.
Aw.
You know, Whitney, Eric, you know, we all was teenagers.
Okay.
So Whitney and our relationship, we're like more so brothers. You know, we should have never dated, you know. We probably thought it was cute at the time because we was looking great. Our houses was on top, you know, all those other things. We was partying in the club together, Twilos. You know, it was a cute look, you know, especially after you pop a pill or 2. You know what it
Come on.
is. Yeah.
Shout out to Stanley.
Yeah.
And Whitney. And
Okay.
Twan.
Oh, another one. Okay. Okay. Without all the cameras and lights, what are your thoughts on the people who pick sides, hearing your side, without hearing your side?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I really don't think anything, honestly. When I heard those things about myself, of course I was hurt. I spent practically my life and given my life to ballroom and, you know, showing people glamour, beauty on what I feel on my side, my thoughts. So when I heard these things about me, of course I was taken back. I was very disappointed, very upset, you know. But then I said, oh, well, these are just girls who favor different people. And it's not going to matter what my opinion or how I feel about it. They're going to have their own opinion regardless of the fact. So I don't really think anything of it. Bless those people who talked about me the most. I love y'all.
Hey, we gotta do one
Yes.
more though. Since Angel
more,
did,
what-
yeah,
what-
when
oh,
Angel
you
did
do
one
one
more,
more
we gotta do
question.
one
One
more.
I can answer them all of them.
Oh, well, go ahead. You got one left. Go ahead. Show me one left.
That's a dangerous girl.
Ooh.
Okay, this one is cute, actually. It says, fuck Mary. kill Ricky X Allure, Corey St. Laurent, Thaddeus Gorgeous Gucci.
Oh shit.
2 shots
Or take 2 shots, I think. Right?
or no answer.
Who would you marry? Who would you fuck? Who would you kill?
Okay. I would marry Corey St. Laurent. I would fuck Thaddeus. And I would kill Ricky.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
On fun.
All fun. It's all in fun.
Yeah, this is all fun.
Yes.
Because Corey St. Laurent is my grandson, you know.
You sure you want the
to let
other
y'all
one?
know. Yeah.
Leave it alone. No more.
I'll take this one too.
After that one?
Capricorn thing.
Make sure that question is in the clip.
If I can bring 2 people back to the couch, who would it be?
To the
Back
house.
to the couch.
To the house.
Oh, to the house. It says couch.
Oh my couch.
If you could bring 2 people back to the house, who would it be?
Oh, it says couch here. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. I mean, the people that I want to be back in the house are coming back. So I'm not gonna even put my daughter on the spot right now because you know she's in a whole different hemisphere. You know, about to be on Broadway in February. Yes. Basically, the people that I want to come back will be back.
That's
There
right.
you have
You heard it here.
There you have it.
Yeah. So that's all the questions. That wasn't bad, really.
No, that wasn't bad. This has been amazing.
Yeah.
What would you say before we end this out? What would you say to some of the new founding fathers or people who are deciding to open their own house since you've had a house for over 30 plus years?
What I would say to you guys is that it's a hard job. You know, if you're looking to be in this, to be the best of the best, and everyone's gonna like you, that's not gonna happen. This is not that type of business. Sometimes you have to do things that you do not want to do. Sometimes you have to display energy that you do not want to be displayed. But on top of everything, you must definitely keep your penis in your pants. You must keep your penis in your pants. I mean, you know, there are some beautiful, beautiful Butch Queens in Ballroom. And trust me, believe what I say to you. I looked at a few of them like, I would like to have. But unfortunately, that just makes things worse and difficult because then it's your personal business. And once people get your personal business out there, the whole image is just done. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you're topping, whether you're bottoming, it doesn't matter. But once people get your business and how you do stuff, it's a wrap. So what I'm saying to you, our future fathers, you know, be the best that you can be, think big, and know that you can do it. Don't think that you can do it. And don't let an image describe who you are in Ballroom, because you don't need an image to move mountains. Trust and believe. All you have to do is be consistent to what you believe in, and you'll be great.
And give us a fashion tip.
A fashion tip. I don't know. What would be the fashion tip?
Yeah,
The
we
fashion
give it
tip
to
is-
the fashionista.
Well, you know, everybody dresses differently. I mean, I dress to my style that works for
So
me.
that would be a fashion tip.
You know,
Dressing what works for you.
everyone has to dress their own style that works for them. I like designer. I mix a designer up with something that's not a designer.
So highs and lows.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm definitely a high and low girl.
I love everything. I love to eat at the toppest of the best restaurants to a corner store sandwich.
And my last thing before we close out is, what would you like your legacy to be?
The House of Allure or Our Allure?
Just all of it all together. Like when you think, well, we're talking about Ballroom now, like when they think of Al or when they speak of Al, what would you like to have left here?
The epitome of grand, you know, what grandeur is, fashion, style, grace, education, culture, all of that. I want you to think of all those things when you think about the House of Allure or Our Allure, especially for those who know me personally. You already know. And I want to say thank you to y'all women, because if it wasn't for you ladies, we wouldn't have this space. And y'all bring so much to this plateau. Thank you again for having me on. I love each and every one of you all.
We love you.
We love
Me
you.
too.
Y'all have a
So this has been another great episode of Fem Queen Crazy.
sexy.
Cool.
All right.
A little bit more coming.
Ciao.
Oh, what's goody? Don't you forget to like, share, and comment, because you are now watching Fem Queen Crazy, Sexy, and Cool.
So since this is the finale, we always talk about the team that are behind us and behind the scenes. So we want to go ahead and shed light on them and give them their flowers
Yes.
and just show to our audience who you are. So we want to thank our PA assistant, Niku, who does a wonderful job.
Yes.
They refresh our
Keeps me
drinks.
drunk.
They
My
do.
shoe, like to get the straw,
My
like
dresses.
everything you could think of that we need. We appreciate you so much.
So much.
And we wanted to show our
y'all just make it
appreciation.
so positive and just perfect. Like it's just love coming here with you guys here.
Yes, the energy is so great.
Always
Thank
so
you
nice.
so much. We just want to give you a few seconds to just tell us a little bit about yourself and like how you even got in the field or, you know, became an assistant even on this.
Well, first, my name is Niku Ashe. I'm the PA here. Force a habit to reintroduce myself because I'm also a cultural organizer. So I work at New Yorkers for Culture and Arts, which is a nonprofit that is a member coalition of other nonprofits. And we work in art policy. But my background is in film and theater. So I went to school for like film and theater and I've been working on sets. Yes, that's being big. That's being.
Yes.
I'm also a DJ. So I DJ here in the Brooklyn nightlife.
Invite us out.
Yup,
Sissy.
you all gotta come through. I started doing like drag shows, DJing a lot of drag shows, making a lot of friends that way, and then just started meeting people who were also in like ballroom nightlife and things like that. And that's basically how I got here, just getting to know people in the scene and in Brooklyn.
Thank you. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. And we love
Thank you so
everything
much.
that you
Thank
do for
you.
making this, you know, season go so smoothly.
Yeah, we're just feeding off of y'all. We're following y'all lead, so thank y'all
thank
for
you.
And
setting an example.
Jackie, our audio.
So will y'all be complaining?
That was before. That was before.
Now we,
Yeah, that was before. That was before
Jackie be on that
Jackie.
beat.
Jackie be making sure.
Yes. So we want to say thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much.
Thank you so much.
For
Yes.
making things, for, you know, making things go so smooth and even elevating, because we definitely have elevated. So we truly appreciate you. You're on your beat. You're always making sure things. Tell the people who you are and a little bit about your background.
Sure thing. First, I want to say that the appreciation is mutual. Like, you know, ever since joining y'all, it's been just insightful, you know, and just learning a lot about just not only just the Black experience, but the Black trans experience and just, yeah, everything. It's been just very educational, and I appreciate everybody from y'all to the crew to everybody, all the guests that y'all had on. It's been just learned so much. But yeah, my name is Jackie Mitchell. I also go by Wavy Bagels. That's my producer name. I also make music. I got into sound. I went to school for like video arts, and it transitioned into sound because I was doing music first, and it was just an easy transition for me. And I'm from Queens, but I was in Brooklyn for like 4 years. You know, just trying to make it as a freelancer. You know, I couldn't find work until eventually I got my own sound gear and started, you know, finding work on Craigslist, Facebook, wherever I find it, for the past 4 or 5 years. And it led to this, you know, it led to podcast work. I'm still doing other things for like web series, documentaries, all types of stuff. But yeah, you know, I also DJ, like Nico a little bit. Not as much though, I wanna do more DJing, but I don't know, it's like the nightlife is, I don't know, I'm getting older and the nightlife is starting to become less fun for me. I'd rather be home for the most part of the night, but yeah, no, this has been great. Shout outs to the crew, shout outs to Gatekeeper, shout outs to Mickey. So I got on here to a little bit more detailed. I met Mickey on the set with Laquan Dawson. Yeah, for his short film, and that's how we got cool. And yeah, it led here, And once again, I just want to say I'm just thankful for y'all. Thankful for everybody.
Thank you so much
thankful
for
for-
your consistency and
Yeah.
your commitment to showing up. And thanks for the shout out for the plug-in, because one thing that we've always talked about is how we privilege each other and create space.
Yes.
And this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. For
Yeah,
your
I learned
commitment.
about the trends here too, being an ally. I learned so much from you, trans girl. But we appreciate y'all, and we will definitely tag your social medias and stuff on there, which you can find you and reach out to you. And it's been a great season and having you.
And many more.
Made it so many. Okay.
Okay, well, listen,
more.
you
Yeah.
go ahead
Many
and
more.
release it
I
to the
know, that's all
atmosphere
right.
and the universe. Many more.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Yes, thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Anything
you.
y'all have to say before?
I mean, I forgot to say so many things, honestly.
Go.
I'm a filmmaker and a DJ, and how I actually got connected was the producer, Gatekeeper, wanted to shoot a set of mine and like gave me a whole setup in her apartment and shot an entire like DJ set for me, and we are editing that, and that's coming soon.
That's good.
And that was something really exciting that I want the people to know about.
Coming soon.
Thank you. So thank you. So like we have to give a shout out. I mean, if you follow me, then you know I already always shout my girl out, Charmaine. Charmaine.
What's good?
What's up?
Our hair done.
I love doing y'all.
So, and Charmaine stepped in at a time that, you know, we had just, you know, lost another stylist, and you was ready. We like, you ready? You
I was
sure?
ready.
She
I
like,
said,
ready?
yeah, my bag is packed. When y'all need me one day, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And I want to say that you definitely stepped up and you hit me. And I would be saying, Charmaine, you sure?
Yeah, I was
It's
ready.
early in the morning. You coming early from Jersey. And she's like,
Uh-huh.
no, I got you. And you are here on time.
Yes.
Like,
when I
you
say I'm
are-
Show
gonna
up
do
professional.
something, I'm professional. I'm gonna be there, you know. And I love what y'all got going on. So it only made sense for me to come and support y'all, because y'all always come to Jersey and to support me. Tabitha reminds me every day. I come all the way to Jersey, so I come to Brooklyn for y'all.
Thank you. You even stay sometimes that even like you lend a hand to if you think
For
it's a
other
touch up.
things.
Yes,
Yeah.
like on the face with makeup
I
or
love
like, you know.
y'all.
So we just wanted to give you your flowers and show you how much we appreciate you and how much you have made the season go a lot smoother. It makes us not have to worry about things like hair and,
Yeah.
you know, you stay around and make sure that our hair is
Yeah.
not out of place and things. And we just love you for it.
Thank you so much.
Thank
You are
you.
beautiful.
Yes, Charmaine.
I know Charmaine is like, I'm cracking up in this camera. She is Charmaine is shy. But is there anything? Charmaine is also from Ballroom.
Yes,
too,
I'm from
so-
Ballroom. I'm in the House of West, and in the Kiki scene, I'm a Juicy. And
Okay. Well, I want to say my son lived for you, so son, you see it?
Yeah,
Like,
shout out to you. Thank you for loving me,
What
because I
love?
love
She's
you.
Charmaine is married.
No, not
No.
that type of love.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No,
you want to
just-
get me socked? Oh, so you trying to get me socked in my head? Babe, I love you. Shout out to you.
So
That's my people.
nephew. What I meant by that, he lived for. He was like, oh my God, like, you know, because he watches your work, he see that you keep all the doors.
Yeah.
He was like, I know she got some juicy stuff. I said, no, it's not that type of
please.
set.
No, I ain't got nothing.
No.
Won't get me socked in my head. I got a hot cold. Okay, and that's it. And a curling iron.
Mickey. Oh my gosh. Mickey has stepped in. Like, Mickey, our videographer, like
Listen.
a photographer, those emails
Yes.
are so like I sit back and watch. I'm like, thank God for Mickey, because they are so detailed, and we appreciate that so much. That has elevated us like in another way, and we appreciate all that you do. You are on point for everything. Call time, call sheet. Like all those things, like if it wasn't for you, that would like, you know what I'm saying? Like that helps us. It's a driving force behind us, and we truly appreciate you, and we want to give you your flowers for that.
And I think that,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I'm gagging.
Wow. So we're giving you flowers. I mean, one thing that we had talked about in the last season, you got the card too?
Yes, I did.
One thing that we talked about is the experience. And people don't understand that even the introduction email and inviting the guests, all of that begins at the point of the experience. So thank you for adding to this experience, adding to the ambiance, and always being ready to jump in there with whatever is needed to be done. One thing that I always know is that you're very flexible. Right, you're very calm and very flexible. So when things need to get done, you are already rethinking on how to execute that, and I can appreciate that in so many ways. I know I call you and I'm like, we need the pictures, we need this, we need that. And it's
You be calling me as soon as I leave the gym, and I
Who
was
do y'all
sometimes
think
I'm
is
trying
the
to
most
compress.
nagging out of all of us?
Nagging? I think it's the one who has the best intentions with the podcast and like really is just like heavily invested to it. I would say Tabitha, in the way of like how she just calls
Yeah.
me. She's like,
She want to be on it, even though
like-
we're on it. Like,
Even though we're on
it.
yeah. As soon as she call, I'll be like, hey, yes, I'm gonna bring my curl. Yes, yeah, we gonna figure it out when I get there. I got everything.
I have a question for both of y'all. I have a question. What was your favorite episode?
Mine's was the lady from Pose. What's her name?
Angelica Ross.
Yes, that was my
Yes.
favorite. The way she told, I felt like she was pouring into me when I'm sitting back there.
Oh,
She
shouts
was
to
really
Angelica
good.
Ross.
Shout
this
out to her.
season.
I love her energy.
My
What's your
question.
favorite?
It's kind of hard to say. Y'all had so many guests because we joined y'all last season. And y'all had so many wonderful guests who all brought their own woo la la to the set. I just because it's also like fresh on my mind. I really enjoyed Kashmir's episode a whole lot. I really did. Outside of like talking about the drama.
Yeah.
But just how Kashmir kind of like just explained like the divine femininity and just like embracing that and coming to terms with themselves and like understanding who they are and not feeling like they had to like truly to explain it for anybody else if they didn't want to.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought that was beautiful because on a day-to-day, I'm a little more androgynous. And so, you know, I kept it cute today, a little one too. But yeah, it just was like inspiring too and just like really nice to like just hear that from like a different point of view on camera too, because a lot of people who identify as just like gender nonconforming or just present more androgynous, you don't really get to see a lot of them like tell their story about like how they came up or like what defines them to be them. So yeah, I did enjoy Ricky's episode.
I think that was very digestible too. The way that Kashmir broke it down was so simplified that anybody could understand it. And I think because so many people in the comments was
Yes,
like
was touched to that
commenting
part,
on how that made them feel seen in that moment. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything
have
that you want to speak on?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I have a but what in the Go Bowl, which question was your most question that was in the Go Bowl?
Well, I don't put.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he has.
I don't put quite a few questions of mess in there. So,
Oh, you willing to admit that you put some of the questions?
The culprit.
you know, don't tussle with me though.
The Go Bowl is it's a lot of people in there.
It's a lot of different.
She has a lot of different voices.
And to be fair, we had to start pushing you a little bit because the first thing was
Because
I
at
was
first I
like,
kept it cute.
okay, you're
I was
keeping
like,
it
I
too
don't really know
cute.
these people. That was like, no, push it. I said, okay.
Don't tell me
Y'all know me.
twice.
I really don't know what would be my favorite question though. Like so many of them were like, I would say every question that made them take a sip.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he also took a sip secretly.
Boots. So, in your experience here, like, what has been some more defining moments for you with the whole experience here?
For me, so I'm from Atlanta, and I grew up in Atlanta. I lived there for 14 years. So basically, I grew up out there. And I came to New York in 2022, and it's about to be 4 years now. And coming here, I found that community is like probably like one of the most aspects to have in New York. But I think about my friends who have like really taking really good care of me and made sure that like anything that I needed, if I didn't have it and I had to put my pride to the side, ask for it, they took good care of me. Whether that was like, you just need a friend, you need an ear. Hey, bitch, I got a bag for you. Like, you know, and then shout out to my girl gatekeeper because she keep us handled. But I think just like really building relationships with trans women have been like probably the most wonderful experience here. Because back home, like the experience with trans women was just like so seldom for me. And so coming onto the set and getting to know you three women, three beautiful, smart, intelligent, fun, loving, witty, you know, all these layers that y'all have to y'all has just been like an honor to like witness and get to know and just cherish week by week by week by week by week, you know. And I know sometimes I'm a little quiet, you know.
I be wondering what be going on after.
No, they don't know what's going on.
You can read, gatekeeper, you could kind of read her face a little bit.
Her face will show everything.
Gatekeeper's a Capricorn. I'm like, she holding it back.
I keep up.
Or to come out from stuff, but you, like, you can read your face.
Because it's silence. It's silence of the lie. It's given.
That's duality. Like,
and I'm like, you all right? I'm like, good morning. He's like, good morning.
No, I'm into it. I'm in my zone. But yeah, I think like this experience, just like with this set as a whole, and like learning you three and all of the guests that y'all have brought on, and also just being patient with us and what we were learning too, because you know it's a two-way street as far as like learning each other. So
thank you.
I really, of course, thank you.
I would say the same thing. This is my first time doing something like this and stepping out of my comfort zone from doing here where I do here in Jersey. And y'all made it so amazing. Like, I look forward to coming here and laughing and joking and doing y'all here. It's just an amazing experience. Like, and I never thought I would have a place to come and feel at home with my girls chilling, cutting up and stuff. So I really want to thank all of you guys for this opportunity and believing in me. I really appreciate it.
One last question.
It's the Fem Queen experience.
Yes.
One last question. How did you both get into the field that you're in here? And
for me, I graduated and I was going to high school and I had an orientation for a high school, but I didn't know that they had, what is it called? Like trades. So they had a trade in there for cosmetology. And my mom was like, "You're not," I was like, that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be with the girls. I'm going there. Soon as I went there, oh my gosh, I fell in love with it. But before then I was already doing my own hair because I couldn't pay no one. I was a child. So by then I was like, oh, maybe this could be something. Then before I knew it, I blinked and I have a whole company and I have clients that love me that come far.
We be coming, baby.
Coast to coast with me. And it's amazing. But that's how I got into it.
Get you a Charmaine.
No shade.
And how about you?
So originally I got into photography when I was kind of later in the game, when I was like 23, 24. That's like late for some people. But I really got into it in Atlanta, and it was mainly because there wasn't like a lot of Black queer photographers out there who shot Black queer people specifically. Like there was a lot of people who kind of, I used to say like there's a lot of photographers that list stuff out there in a way of like, oh yeah, I'm queer, but I'm not outward about it. Like I'm very much shooting straight people, and this is very certain aesthetic I want to shoot, which is totally fine. Like you have the right to do what you want to do with your art, but I know my people needed lens on them. I know my people needed people to look out for them and be willing to capture them. So I really like put a focus on just making sure that I was mainly photographing Black, queer, and trans folks all times. And then I moved to New York, and my friend Laquan Dawson, I always like admired his work so much. Like he's like my biggest inspo for everything. And he immediately like put me onto a gig with Puma with him, like literally my first month. And now I work as a visual manager for Mobilizing My Brothers Initiative, aka Moby. And it's just been like a trail from there. Like at the end of the day, I'm an artist. I say I'm an artist all around, honestly, because I'm very versatile and I'm willing to do a lot of things. and now I work with my girl Gatekeeper. We met through Lexi. Shout out to Lexi Webster. Yes, fab photographer. But yeah, we met through her, and she's like really honestly been like an anchor for me in a lot of ways. You know, I love my sister so much. Like, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. We
appreciate y'all. I
We
just
appreciate
want to
y'all so
show
much.
y'all our appreciation.
Yeah,
Thank you
this
so
has been a
much.
great season.
Dealing with a bunch of Fem Queens. We
Yes.
Okay.
Get it.
So
Thank you.
I have a question for y'all.
Wait, we didn't say like.
I'm on the couch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The initiator of the gumbo.
My Leo moon is kicking in.
Okay, what is it?
So what was the most fulfilling moment that y'all had with the production team?
Walking in this season, it was literally like I said, "Oh my gosh!" Like I'm a perfectionist, and coming in, meeting people that think beyond and just take what you say and like and just like boom and give you more than what you expect. It was just beautiful, and just being a Black trans woman and being able to be in a place that you can just sit back and create and people actually want to pour into you. It was just beautiful.
Yeah,
just
so I
that
couldn't narrow
alone.
it down to a moment because I think there's
There
a
were so
few
many.
moments.
Right.
The Halloween, like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the
Everyone
Halloween.
loved that set.
Going from one season and we're like, we want a little bit, we want something different than coming in. Like we just never have to like pacify, like we don't have to, we just mention what we're thinking and you guys create, you execute it, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is what I was
And I
thinking.
remember, like the whole process and the exchange and the conceptualization of this whole set, right? The way we had the meetings, and then it was like the constant communication on different approaches to what we wanted. And I'll never forget the day we were eager to get to the set to see what did they create today. And we would come in without the first one in would be like starting to record the set.
They were like, bitch, wait till you get in here.
That was me.
Was that you?
That was me because I was so gagging. I was just like, everybody know me. Like I'll be in my head sometimes. So the fact that I just went straight to the chair. I was just like,
we never had
to
because I was the quiet. I used to be.
Yeah, I was so
the one who'd be like, no,
and
that's not right because you do such and such.
On the
I
low.
think there was so
And she'd be like,
times
Chase just gotta get changed.
It was just, it's amazing. Like from even when the guests come, like you'll make sure they come upstairs, there's food out, like the whole organic experience of having the Fem Queen experience and having the energy of divine femininity consume the place. To us coming in, y'all got the mood on, the candles is burning, the coffee is ready, everything is just ready, and we can just come in.
It just sets us apart. It helps sets us apart from other people's experience. Everybody who has come in here, they like, oh my God, I didn't expect all of this.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I love it though.
Yes,
You love when you hear
I love
it.
Leo moon. It's
I'm
like,
gagging,
it's eating up. Like, you know, we see each other. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I want.
We need an Aries on the couch. We need an Aries on production.
They gonna get the job done. They gonna get the job done.
But we love y'all. Is there anything that you want to say that you have coming up, or anything that you want to say before you get up the couch?
No, I'm just thankful to be here and continue to keep booking, ladies.
Okay, we will definitely have her
Yes, all my stuff be down.
And what about you?
All I think I have to say is thank y'all for trusting us.
Yes,
honestly,
definitely.
Like I think that's probably like the biggest aspect to have when you deal with a team is the trust.
The trust.
And the trust has not only been there, but it's also been built over these last 2 seasons of being with y'all. From y'all walking in to see the set, you know, and just like, hey, hands off, whatever you see fits. Like, it just like, it's inspiring, and it like allows me to like just remain motivated in any work that I do as well. So thank y'all so much for everything.
Thank you. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Bye-bye. Gatekeeper!
Are you really the gatekeeper?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
This is the one behind the camera.
Let's
This
go.
is one of the producers, one of our videographers. The sign, yes, when you see us going, reading like a question.
It's just sometimes y'all be, and I be like,
You can see it though.
She's like, statistics.
you have to fact me.
They're like, you can't say that.
Not on this one. You have to bleep that out. No names.
No, we appreciate you so much.
Yes,
Thank
oh
you so much for coming in and doing what you do.
No, honestly, like seriously. And we just like the whole communication style, like you're able to take something, to absorb it, to bring it back, to like, you know, you understand the nuance of me. Like since you say that, you even like were able to pick out catchphrases that is repetitive. From the moment we walked in and we saw the Fem Queen Crazy Sexy Cool, you know, notepads, the mugs, the pens, like whoever stole my pen in Atlanta, I want my pen back. But thank you for everything that you've been able to give to us and the times that you've been here. And just for being flexible as Michael, to like, when things happen, you just roll with it. Like you just roll with it. So thank you for that.
Yeah, some people, you know, some people see things as a job. I feel like your heart and your passion is in this. I feel like even when you're recording, you're paying attention. Because some people are just standing behind the camera and they have no idea what we're talking about. But you can tell that you're very engaged and you also want us to be on point. Like, and you don't want us just spewing things that could possibly hurt us in the long run or may not really be true. So we appreciate you for that, for always making sure that we are important. Now you see how hot it is. And you like
Welcome to the hot seat.
It's also the Henny. Shout out to the Henny.
Asia got everybody with this 2 shots of Henny.
So we want to give you your flowers. We appreciate you. Y'all are always...
blue is like my favorite color.
Is it those?
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we did that.
Like my house is painted all blue. I love it. Thank you.
Oh, look at that intuition.
Yes, giving Oshun and Yamaka at the same time. Right?
Okay.
But I definitely just I have to give you my roses as well. I definitely think how patient you are with us, and you know just how we all come in here with different opinions and different ideas, and I just like how you settle into that. So I just want to thank you for that, and thank you for just showing up and listening to what we want and the things that we desire, and you just bring it to life. It's so nice how you set the stage.
It's so funny. This whole set came about because you said your favorite color was pink that first episode. It went from like the pink little color light.
The color light. I kept saying, "Can you put the color light on me? The pink color light."
And I told Mickey, I said, "Let's just make the set pink." I think that
I live for pink.
Thank you.
All girls live for pink.
Yes, it is. So what? So the same question, like, how did you get into this? And this part 2 is, where do you think that passion comes from?
So I've always known what I wanted to do since I was like 12 years old. I knew I wanted to make movies, make films, make this. I think I grew up in a very golden era of like media in terms of, because I'm a 90s baby, so I grew up with the living like where Black television wasn't unnormal, right? Even when you talk about queer television, like Noah's Ark and like all of those things that were coming on, and even like looking at ballroom clips, like once like YouTube and stuff became a thing. So like none of this was, I've always loved seeing Black people in front of the screen. It's just how I grew up and what I'm used to. And it wasn't till I like the late 2000s, like post 9/11, all that stuff, where like a lot of that stuff started going away. And I was like, where are all the Black people? And then like as I get older, I'm like, now where are all the Black queer and trans people? Like the people I know, the people my friends who I grew up with, like where are those people represented in television and media? So that's what I went to school for. I went to school for film, and then I also like studied psychology there as well, because those things are important in terms of how media can be used to empower people, can be used to just drastically change and shift conversations across time and histories. Like, so coming and being able to do this show, shout out to Jordan J and BTFA, is really helping to do that as well, like presenting the girls. And also, like, why I pour so much into it, because I'm like, yeah, y'all deserve to look like, y'all deserve to have a talk show. Like, one of my favorite things is I love that people watch this on their television.
Yeah.
Like, when I see the clips and they're, like, watching it on their TVs, whatever, and I'm like, yeah, that's what this whole thing was built and designed to look like. Like, yeah, I can't watch this on my phone. I need to watch this on my TV. I need to watch this on my 85-inch. I need to watch this here, because the girls deserve no shame.
Yes, when you say TV, it makes me think about the lady, Grace Echeverria. She has her group, and her group literally watches the show on the TV, and they talk about the discussions. So, yeah.
I think about Danielle Carter and Trudy Smith, like so many other trans filmmakers who are making more things, and like, it's really just, this is a representation of what it looks like when you not only have girls in front of the scenes, but behind the scenes, and you put some fucking cash behind it. Like, put your money where your mouth is and put the resources behind it. Baby, people probably think this set cost da-da-da. Baby, this took a couple days and like, but you would never know that. But also, I also think that's also part of like how we did that and why we did that has to do with like you said, being intentional. The roots of the show is Ballroom. Ballroom is all about using what you got and making it look fab.
There you go.
So it's embedded in all of what we do, the show, the this, the that, and everything. And, you know, this set is all black, and it's a bunch of femme queens and queer people, non-binary people behind the scenes, like the folks who started, like, are running this entire thing.
So the times that we are in now, does that make you want to rebel and even more and make more art? Like, does this fuel you to make more art, or does it make you want to go back in their shell? Like, because if people are like, should we be out there saying that we're trans? Should we, you know, now that they're trying to erase us, or now they're trying to make us out to be the terrorists and all these things? For me, I feel like, bitch, get out in front of that camera. It's art, and show them what you're working with. How do you feel in these times?
So, I'll say this. One, I'm an organizer at heart. So I've always been a rebel with a cause, and I'm a rebel with a cause, right? So I'm also like Al on before, like when they were talking about their stuff, I'm like, oh, I relate to all of that. I'm a Capricorn too. So I was always, I just, when I have a vision, it can be very tunnel vision, very like, we're gonna get here by any means necessary, but also like, I see like what could be. And I'm like, I see it in my mind. I see it when I go to sleep and stuff like that. But it just, I believe that like I am all of us are adding to a legacy of resistance that's always existed. I think when we talk about history, I'm also a huge history buff, especially with Black history, especially with African history as it relates to Black history here in America. Like, people are like, oh, trans people, you know, we're visible. Queer and trans people have always existed throughout time, in every culture, across the world. Full stop. Whether it's Two-Spirit folks in indigenous cultures across this nation, whether it's, I forget what the name is, but the trans folks in India, or you're talking about the gatekeepers in West Africa. That's why I took on that moniker. So from a spiritual perspective, queer and trans people were always the bridge between the physical world and the spiritual world. We weren't just like, oh, they existed here. We were integral parts of community. And so historically, when you think about how white supremacy, how colonialism came and dismantled communities, they sent the missionaries first. They didn't send their soldiers. They didn't send their warriors. They sent their missionaries first. People who were saying, oh, we need you, if we can disrupt your faith, your spiritual systems, and your culture, if we can get to the root of that, we can teach you and indoctrinate you with anything. And who were the first people they went after? The people who were at the center of those things. And that's why, again, we talk about language, culture, that's why we always end up in the same place. We are always the linchpin of communities, whether people want to think about it or not. The more I learn, the more I look back on my life, and I'm like, I've always been surrounded by the girls. I've always been surrounded by queer people. I either didn't have the language for it, or they just kind of existed in the background, but you remove them from wherever that was, and everything else falls apart. Many of us, real quick, just many of us in our families, even if we were the black sheep or whatever, we played such an important, integral role, whether it be emotionally,
structurally or whatever, and when we leave, chaos is left.
See it falling. That's right.
Baby! But like, that's also why I think, like, that's not even why I think, that's why I know, like, in these times especially, I think it's more important. That's why I love coming here and doing this show. And that's why I'm always like advocating, like, because it's like having more people to tell their stories and give historical context to what is happening is so important, because it really gives real world context to what people are experiencing. And so people who don't know can now start naming things that they were feeling, or naming things that they were seeing, or being like, damn, so you telling me my neighbor lady over that was a femme queen? Oh shit, this whole time. But people don't. Again, we like to erase these parts of history. We like to erase the James Baldwins.
Exactly.
We like to erase the Bayard Rustins who organized the March on Washington, and everybody else just got in front of it.
Talk your shit.
We like to, and I'm like, we need to know and hold those histories. And that's why you can think about all the femme queens, and you think about, people love bigging up Crystal LeBeige like Crash Out and stuff, but it's like, there's Crystal LeBeige who then created all of this.
Yes.
But then you also had, oh my God, what is her name up in Harlem, who was doing drag balls in the 18 whatever.
Back in the day, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, folks have always found ways to exist in life. And also for many of the girls, even y'all telling y'all stories, like, y'all were just moving through the cabin freely, more or less. In a number of ways. But
you
even
said it was the spirit speaking
yes, your energy speaks before anything does. All my girlfriends are like,
there you go.
You know, that femme queen, I'd be like, hey sis, how's that, huh? But you know, those are also, again, like, why in this time it's so important. I like, in these times, even with my history of organizing, I double down. That's why we went bigger. I said, oh, Trump, bigger, more.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, that's why it's so important. I double down on, in times like these, I double down on everything. I think it's more important now than ever. I don't think being scary has ever been a solution to anything.
You know what? And I echo that.
Real quick, my favorite Zora Neale Hurston always said, if you're silent about your oppression, they will kill you and say you enjoyed it.
So one thing that I do appreciate is, like, you understand the importance of the impact that media plays in shaping narratives.
Most powerful tool.
So whether it's in front of the camera, because hearing you speak and you're giving the, like, context around all these, like, historical necessities that people can pull from, you understand what this platform is for. You understand why we do it. It is our love letter. It is something that we want to leave behind. It is something that we want people to hallmark our stories in a way where it's archived and that it's accessible to people who want to know. So thank you for what you do for us. I truly appreciate you.
That's also why I'm not like can also be a little
Yeah,
spicy
she
to
can
deal
be a
with.
little.
So what is your favorite? So which one is your favorite
spicy one
episode?
sometimes.
What's your favorite episode? What's your
Spicy
favorite
ain't
guest?
the word. She said I could be a bitch.
Yes,
No, I can be. But it's because I can be, if I'm carrying like that, it means I'm 10 toes in it. If I'm like, sure, whatever, that means, I don't give a fuck.
No,
I'm
I
clocking
can
in and
tell
clocking
that you
out.
definitely care.
Yeah.
It shows up.
What's your favorite episode?
I have so many.
Top 3.
Oh, right. Okay. I feel like I have favorite moments of everyone, but I really love the Halloween episode.
That was a kid.
One, it was nice to just cause y'all a little chaos on set. Because they be causing us chaos outside of set. So it was nice to... but it was also really fab. Again, like, it was something that I've always... Again, I grew up when I'm like at homesick or whatever, I'm my mom. Before like VCR and DVR, like I'm my mom. I have to retell her what happened on her stories, what happened on the daytime set. And this is what the daytime sets used to do. They used to give, it's Valentine's Day. We're going to turn the set red. It's Halloween. We're going to do this. And so to get like a spooky set with all pink things, you got a pink skeleton and a dip. You got this, and this. And also, we made up a story and a name for him, Pat. But then, like, also, like you said earlier, like, just the intention for us to demonstrate, like, we do listen to y'all. And I'm like, that's how I know. Healing, 90 seconds, bitch. Those are their top 3 like things that I'm like, oh yeah, we can catch them if we play a little game or do a little 1-2. But it made it so much fun. And
Yeah, it
also,
was fun.
and I think Stephanie, because Stephanie was just such a joy. And then also I think Tracy's episode was my favorite, just because
that was mine.
Yeah, like to see behind the icon, and I was just like, oh my god.
She said I did some stuff too.
Like I did some stuff. Like I said, yeah, I love it. I loved it, but I don't really have like not favorite episodes.
No, I think they all, for me, everybody, like, because people get on this couch and they just become so vulnerable and transparent. And then we had a lot of people who sit on the couch who haven't really told their story. Like, they're not really in front of the camera. So we had a lot of first timers who you don't hear from. And for me, I love that, especially coming up in Ballroom. And I had a lot of my favorites sit on this couch. So it's just 360 moments for me to be able to sit and interview people like Tracy and Stephanie and my chosen father, like, people who I grew up like under, and then, being able to sit and let them tell their story is amazing. Yeah. So we appreciate you for making this season such a success.
Thank you.
The other seasons to come and the last seasons as well.
Another one, release it to the universe.
Yes, teamwork makes the dream work.
And we'll be back. Boss lady! We got Jordan in the building.
The founder, the CEO.
And the executive producer of this show.
Yes. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We tell you over and over again, we can't tell you enough. Giving us our home, really to be able to create like we do. We love you. We want to give you your flowers.
We have to give you your flowers. Thank you. Not just for what you do here, but what you do for a lot of different people in the community. Thank you. It's so crazy, to think of her age, of how loving and how pouring, like how much you pour into not just us, but so different other girls, and just what you do. Just seeing Iconic's whole rollout and just what you poured into that was just so inspiring to me, and it just elevates my mindset to want to do more for the community. And just what made you do that? Like, not specifically that situation. What made you be like, I'm pouring into this and I'm going to continue doing that?
I think I literally remember the day that I realized I was trans. I texted my best friend and I was like, I think I'm trans, but I don't know if I want to commit myself to this, because knowing what I know about this community, I can't be a part of it and not commit my life to making it better for them. Mm-hmm. So from the instant I started this journey, I was like, I want to pour back into my community. I want to make people feel their best, feel like their dreams can come true. I think I had such a strong foundation of support from my family, and especially my grandmother, seeing the way that she took care of everybody on the block. I would see people come to the door that now I know were homeless or on drugs, but I didn't know who they were as a kid. And, she would fix them a plate, take them in, make sure they were okay. And so that has just always been a part of how I show up for people. And when I started my transition, I didn't know any other Fem Queens. I was completely by myself for the first 2 years. And it was going to my first ball and seeing just the energy. I remember seeing Lena walk face that night, and just the way that the crowd literally shook the entire knockdown center. It made me feel like being trans is something that isn't just about violence. It isn't just about the things that I saw on the news about, all of the negativity that people like to attach to this identity, but that there's so much life and possibility in being a Fem Queen. And I wanted people across the globe, but especially young Black trans people, to know that they could have that possibility for themselves. And so that's why I produce this show. That's why I produce what I produce with Iconic. That's why I do everything I do, so that little Black trans people who aren't connected to community and don't know that they have power inside of them can see this and know that they can be whatever they want to be.
Yeah, and even outside of this, I want to thank you. I haven't thanked you publicly, but even outside of the podcast, BTFA stepped up and donated towards my cause for my medical. And I appreciate that so much. It was a big bill that I had to come up with, and you guys definitely helped. So you helped. I noticed that you help girls with medical as well. So we just appreciate all that you do for us and the community. It's so needed.
As always, I'm always interested in, you do a lot of pouring and you do a lot for everyone else. Like, what does it look like on a day when someone pours into you, or how do you pour into yourself?
That's a good question. I just took a month-long break from work for the first time since starting the organization in 6 years. And I got to travel around Brazil and meet incredible trans artists, trans people from all over the world, from South Africa and Botswana, from Brazil, of course. And to just have that experience and remember why it is that I do what I do, to go to places where there's even less resources and there's less availability. And the community reminds me of what it was when I first got started, when it wasn't about money, it wasn't about visibility, Ballroom wasn't a major thing on TV. People weren't expecting that. They were coming to find family. That is something that really filled me. And like my chosen family here fills me up. My child Divine, my nephews, all my nieces, my auntie Courtney, just being able to be myself and be in community and, not have to carry being a boss lady all the time and getting to just be Jordan. That's like what fills me back up.
So with everything that's going on with Trump in office and with funding being cut and things of that nature, and especially them going after trans people, do you have any concerns?
Absolutely. Trump is already starting to affect the work that we do, even though the National Endowment for the Arts, which is the largest government funder for arts in the United States, doesn't directly fund BTFA. They released a statement at the beginning of this year that they're not funding anything related to DEI or anything that uplifts trans ideologies. And so a lot of the organizations that we work with, a lot of artists that we work with lost funding. And so because there are so few organizations that do what we do, anytime something like that happens, that puts more pressure on us. Trump has also started to declare that he plans to come after trans-led organizations and declare us terrorist organizations, as he's already started to do with organizations that support Palestine. In addition to, now we are having to review all of our protocols and procedures because since we explicitly support Black trans women, right-wing conservative groups are starting to claim that we're discriminatory and have started to attack other nonprofits that serve either Black people or women or LGBT groups as discriminatory organizations, and started a lot of legal battles. So on that front, it's already, a big issue. And then with the general funding landscape, like you mentioned Dylan Mulvaney earlier, and the Budweiser.
That was the name, I'm sorry.
Yes.
See, I told you I would come.
The Budweiser boycott, like we already saw the way that scared corporations, and then Trump going against DEI, so many other corporations have pulled back funding for LGBT programs. And so like this Pride especially was a major low in funding for a lot of organizations across the board. And it's really important now more than ever that folks double down and pour into the organizations that are on the ground doing the work and supporting these vulnerable communities.
So what strategies are you taking? Because right now, like even me working for an agency that predominantly upholds our community, like the challenges is looking for strategies to make sure that we secure the funding that we need to sustain. How can people get involved with keeping your work alive?
There are several ways to support. The easiest way, the way that costs no money, is to share our work to share this episode, to comment on this episode, to uplift the work that's being done here. People can volunteer. We have a volunteer sign up on our website for any of our events, even to work on a set with us. We're always looking for extras, always looking for PAs, but especially donating to support the work. And we also have a merch line that just launched called the Statement Piece Collection, which features T-shirts from 3 different Black trans women that are artists that have music, and it's their lyrics with their signature on the T-shirts, including Iconic. So that's one easy way to support, as well as showing up to our events. Something that has been consistent is, the struggle that oftentimes Black trans women are the only ones who show up for each other. And so, we put a lot into creating really spectacular events, and then, the Butch Queens live online but don't show up and support in person. And so we really need people to show up and, show their numbers, come out and support now more than ever.
Is there an annual fundraiser that's going to happen?
Yes, we're also currently doing our end of year giving campaign, which is a really critical time for all nonprofits to secure funds to transition us from this year into the next year, and to really kick off our year with a strong budget and a strong foundation. And so that campaign is live now at btfacollective.org. So we really ask that everyone contribute or share. It's so crucial that we're able to keep funding projects like Fem Queen, Crazy, Sexy, Cool, projects like Iconic, Some Young Ho. I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen something else that BTFA has funded, whether you knew it or not. Whether you've been at a ball, whether you've been at OTA, whether you've watched someone's music video, we're behind so many things. And because we do so many things, we need so much support. And so I'm really hoping that folks show up and pour back into our community, because it's so easy to continue to take and to enjoy the visibility of, what we're able to produce, but it's another thing to invest in it.
Also, shouts and thank you for partnering with us for the OTA Fem Queen Edition, for the Fem Queen Trifecta. Thank you for always having the bandwidth to give. And I hope that in doing this, that you feel the reciprocity of the love that you give to others. I hope that you feel that as well.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite episode of this season?
Of this season? Tracy Africa was definitely my favorite episode of this season. I love Tracy. I admire Tracy so much. Tracy just had a birthday yesterday. She turned 73 years old.
Happy birthday!
So incredible. But I have been so blessed to be able to spend time with Tracy, like behind the scenes, not at events, like, in intimate spaces. And I know how funny she is, and getting to see more of her personality show on camera was really great, because I think, because of her status and her age, people like to, minimize her, but she's really a key, and she's like, yes. So I love that side came out a little bit, and people got to know her a little bit better.
Now, last time you was on this couch, you tried to flip the tables on us. You'll take a stab at it again?
I have to keep it hot a little bit. I'm a producer. I want the clicks. I want the views. I want the engagement. But I think right now I'm just in such a celebratory mood. I don't want to, make it hot for anyone. I'm feeling nice today. But I do want to say that I really appreciate the opportunity to bring the show to life and to spotlight each of you ladies. Each of you has had an impact on me before I even knew you. I mean, Tempest, Fem Queen Face has always been my favorite category. And so I've been watching you for as long as I've been watching Ballroom. And it's an honor to get to know you better. And, I think we're the most alike because we're both cancers. And so I remember when we first started, people would be like, does Tempest like us? Like, she's so cold. Like, she's so standoffish. And it's so funny because that's the number one question people get asked about me. I was like, it's just a cancer thing. Leave her alone.
Yes, we have to get to know. We gotta, and
then Tabitha, like, your advocacy work speaks for itself. And like, as soon as I got into organizing in New York, your name was at the top of the list of girls to know and people to follow. And so it's just been amazing to watch you grow in your voice and to build your brand and your legacy in that way, and also balance Ballroom with that. And congrats on your new legendary status. Much overdue. And Asia, you were actually one of the very first Fem Queens I ever met. I don't know if you knew that, but I used to, before I started BTFA, I worked at a health study for trans women, and I met Asia because we were going to her group to do recruiting. And I just remember we like instantly clicked. We took the train home together. We were talking for hours, and I was like, she is just like, I think people have this idea of Fem Queens that, you know, when you meet them, they're so nasty and, you know, they're always feeling it. And I was actually just getting into it with my child about this, so I'm gonna say this real quick. People live for Fem Queens on camera because of the way that they feel it. And then when y'all meet us in person and we feel it, you take it personally, it's an issue. Do you live for us feeling it or do you not? Pick a side. But when I met Asia, you were just so welcoming and so down to earth. And I've loved watching this new era of Asia and watching you blossom. And like getting to hear the new generation and the way that they speak about you and admire you is really incredible.
Thank you.
Okay, now.
Thank you.
The question. Will there be a season 6?
There will be more of Crazy Sexy Cool to come. You will definitely see some new things happening.
Oop. Yeah, again.
Stop asking her that on camera.
I want to put it. Then I can just know this is it. Congratulations.
We love you so much, Jordan. Like, truthfully, honestly, your spirit, everything that you do, and we appreciate you so much. And thank you.
Wait, one more. I got one question.
Okay.
What is your ultimate goal? Because you do a lot of things, but what is your ultimate goal in your legacy?
My ultimate goal is for Black trans women, particularly Black trans femmes, to never limit their idea of what's possible for themselves. And so everything I can do to make people be able to imagine more, to see a brighter future for themselves, that's what I want to do until the day I die.
No, that's fine.
Everything you can do, I can do better.
Yes.
Wow.
Those nails are
Thank
cute.
you.
think I'm gonna go back
I
to
keep
some
looking
nails.
at them like,
I'm
what's going on?
Go back to long nails. This is cute. So yeah, well, thank you so much again for having you. Anything else?
No, this concludes this season of.
No. We still got. We just gonna ask out.
What?
We can.
We're gonna close it out.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Jordan. We love you. Bitch. This has been a long day, a long season. But I just want to tell y'all that I truly love y'all.
I love y'all too.
From the bottom of my heart. People think you want to knock me, but you know. I love y'all and appreciate y'all so much. This is a sisterhood.
Well, I do.
Bitch, I don't know. I got a
We
little.
start fighting, they be like, they done turned into the
I
baddies.
got a little something to say. Except you ain't gonna just beat me, bitch. We gonna go at it a little bit.
Nah, honestly, like, I was sitting here thinking that how long we've been doing this, and I remember from the very beginning we was over there, and how we had went through different
At the very
phases.
beginning was Facebook online. Like, online.
Yeah,
Someone was
but
just
just to think about like our investment and commitment to doing this. Like I can't. Whenever we're off, it feels good to be off. But then it's like I be longing to come back, to be in the space with everyone. And it's bittersweet, you know, but, you know, for me, I couldn't imagine us, you know, not doing this together. I think when you had this idea, this was the perfect marriage.
It was. Oh, I knew that.
Because no, because we grew, like we sharpened each other. We grew. We had some vulnerable moments. We had some educational, informational moments. We had some entertaining moments, and it's just been our love letter, and it doesn't only end here. We were able to create other things. We were able to travel to Germany. We were able to bring us to other people.
Now we giving back.
And we're giving back and we're doing things. And I think that's because it's so important that you get people who truly believe in you and value you and want to pour into you. And I think that that's what we have here. It's more than just a podcast. We really have a built-in family with each other. So I love you both very much.
Yeah.
You know, I love my girls. I love you
Yeah.
so freaking much.
She like love. She like yeah.
I love these. I love these. I love these.
She like my nose ain't keep my head down.
Girl, I said it low, but say you have to say
I
it.
love these. The 90 second girls is talking. I love these old hags. No, I'm just
Here she goes.
Here she go with the old
Someone asked me, like, was y'all older than me? Stop.
Yo, it's crazy. I can't say nothing because, mind you, when we did the give out, at one point they asked me, "Is Temperance my daughter? Is Asia my sister?" Like
They
it
always
was
think
just
Tabitha's
crazy.
about the other girl.
I wish you said me. I was just your daughter.
Yeah,
They
they.
said
But,
that now she want to change that. Making shit up.
but I know they was asking. What they were asking was they daughters and that we look alike. My thing is, I may not be the oldest one here.
We're joking. No,
You
I love
are the oldest one. Girl.
slash daughter.
Mother slash
She's not that
sister.
much, but you the oldest.
Not that much.
Not that much.
But I'm so
But I ain't
proud.
your age,
I'm
but I'm
so
coming out
proud
with
of
it.
these ladies. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of what we're doing. We're doing give backs. We're doing things that are just amazing and just continually just this season to me like was perfection as far as just how we're talking, how we're so open. We're learning how to even respect each other in the conversations. Just beautiful to be a part of something like this.
And
with
thank
them
you
too.
to all our guests.
Here we support each other outside
in real life.
in real life.
Yes, in real life.
So that's what the biggest
You can
thing.
tell.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You
In
can
the
tell.
beginning,
You know,
it was.
I see you
In
on
the beginning,
that
see
day.
here, I see you on Sunday.
No, where you really build a bond, it really shows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we actually lean on each other and support each other. You
Someone's
ladies
calling,
came
I'll call you back.
Yeah.
Mother's
Yeah. We'll get on that phone if you're for hours. I'll be like, all right then.
My mother's calling.
I'm like, that's how I get off. My mother's calling, I'm gonna call y'all back. Let me clear. We know that's the end of that conversation. It'll be the next day.
No, but it's so needed.
Asia has started to fall asleep on the phone. We told each other to sleep.
Asia,
Mind you,
well,
we
we
look
be
at
like,
that-
Asia?
Asia, you still there?
Good evening. I think it's a little narcolepsy.
No,
up in here.
it wasn't that. First of all, I actually just put the phone down and went to sleep.
But what I do also, I would be remiss if I say thank you so much to all of our subscribers,
Yes,
our
y'all are
followers.
amazing.
Thank you so
Yes.
much for continuing to show up. As you just heard, this is the end of the season, but not the end of the podcast. So thank you so much for keeping us locked in with you. Thank you to all our amazing guests, from Tracy to Angelica to Marty to Peppermint
to Cashmere to Al.
to Cashmere to Al. Oh my God, I don't want to forget names, but thank you to every person who came on this season. It was amazing. Thank
And I'm
you.
gonna need y'all to come pack out the Broadhurst Theater when Cats premiere.
Jellicle
And
Cats,
all
we
y'all
turning
in
up
the
for my
building.
girl. Jellicle Cats, come on, come
And
on.
also, let's not
Jellicle
forget
moon is
our
shining
makeup
bright.
artist. She's not
Oh
here
my
today.
God. Yes.
Simone had to
Simone, you
leave.
have been doing your big one. Thank you so
Yes.
much. She's not here with us today, but yeah, she's amazing.
We love you, Simone.
Yes,
we
we
love
love
you.
you,
Thank you for
Simone.
keeping
Thank
us
you for
big.
production. Thank you, everyone that has been a part of this far. No matter if they're here or not, you have been on this train with us.
Yes.
And it means so much.
Thank
Yes.
you. What's up?
Oh, yeah. This has been another long drain. No, I'm just kidding. No, this has been another amazing episode of Fem Queen Crazy.
Sexy.
Cool.
Deuces.
Oh! Shout out to everybody. I had fun.
I gotta be good.